Going to.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
And something is probably when you show up. Yeah, I will leave these sheets. These all will be right here. Yeah. But obviously some of them are going to be wrong. Players, anyway.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving.
That's what I was walking over.
Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Riders, be seen. Wear reflective gear and use front and rear lights after dark. Drivers, when passing a bicyclist, give a minimum of 3 feet. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation, complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
You been low.
Did they filled out? Right. Yes. Yeah. 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 Okay. So. Yep.
Vertical race process was
Irvin's
great.
one.
The
JT.
feedback from our parents,
Yep.
from our athletes was phenomenal.
Jeremiah.
It's a no-pressure situation.
Aiden.
Support that they get from their friends, from
Mine
their family, from their parents.
Yours is right.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Folks
Yep.
get an email. It's a simple process.
Somebody got to have it right.
They're able to look at it and decide
It
whether,
can get rough,
whether
too.
or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure
Ready.
situation is huge for us. And obviously it paid off, raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000. Number one campaign
All is
in the
well.
nation.
Thank
Our
you
kids
guys for
were
having us.
excited about
Absolutely.
that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support
Oh, yeah.
they gave.
Yeah.
Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier
Now, when
with the vertical
it gets-
race program.
I will tell you, if it gets loud in here, that there might be an issue hearing the guys down at the end. Me personally, not the mic.
You might have to talk a little bit louder at the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Varsity Sports Network. We are very proud to be with you today here for the VSN Daytona Media Day, live at Elevate here in Sanford. We've got a great show lined up. A lot of teams from all across the northern central Florida area are going to be here with us today. We get a lot to look forward to. We want to thank everybody involved in this, from the VSN family, all of our sponsors for making it possible. And first, right off the jump, you guys get to jump right in. Please welcome the Lyman Greyhounds. Coach, Jamel Jones, thank you, first of all, for being here. Second year as head coach. Talk a little bit about what it's been like for you at Lyman, how you plan to move that program forward.
The way we plan to move the program forward, but the first question was, how's it been?
Yeah.
It has been a wonderful experience at Lyman, coming in with my coaching staff and trying to change a culture. We have a lot of great kids, a lot of great athletes, but we had to change the culture first. So our first year was kind of dedicated to changing the culture and the perception of Lyman Greyhound football.
Sure.
And how it's going is that the kids are buying in. We've had a lot of participation at our summer workouts, and we're seeing a lot of more better attitudes from our guys, more participation, and just, again, an overall better atmosphere within the overall program.
Give me one goal that you have as you've now transitioned in from the spring and summer training as we were approaching the start of season. One goal that you may have set forth, a couple of months ago that you've maybe seen come true now.
One goal that we've set forth is having better line play, and in our spring game, our guys, our line on both sides of the ball, they play phenomenal, and so just continuing that success throughout the off season. All of those guys have gotten stronger in the upper body and the lower body, and we're just continuing to hope to see success with our offense and defensive lines.
Sure. All right, let's talk a little bit about your schedule real quick. You open things up with Evans on the 26th, and looking down your schedule, what are the games that kind of you look at and circle as a coach and say, we got this one coming up? It happens, right?
Yeah.
You want to do it week by week, but I'm sure there's some on the schedule you circle.
I'm going to say that we're going to circle all of them.
There you go.
It's going to be the next game up.
Love it.
Next play up, next minute up. We want to take full advantage of every opportunity that we have, and so we're circling every game on our schedule.
I love
it. We want everybody that's on there, and hopefully they want a piece of us too. But we're going to come And after the game, we're going to leave no doubt that we gave everything that we had with every opportunity that we've had.
That's an incredible answer. All right, let's talk to the players now. We have with us Aiden Strickland, Jermaine Thomas, Irvin Pageant, Jeremiah Jones, and Malachi Coronado. We'll start with Irvin. Let's put your coach on the spot here. Talk a little about how he has impacted you over the course of the last 2 seasons.
He's been a great coach to me, great head coach to all the players, to all of us. As a team, we do appreciate you, coach. And
yeah. I mean, what more would you want? You know what I mean? That's just that's awesome. All right, Jermaine, give me a goal that you had for yourself coming in from last season, something you maybe wanted to improve on or wanted to work at that you have seen an improvement in.
Some goals that I have personally, I want to win as a team, but I have personal goals. I want to break the receiving record at Lyman. I want to hit 1,000 this year, 10 touchdowns.
Yeah. All right. Jeremiah Jones. Jeremiah, big smile, man. I love it. How excited are you to start this football season after all the hard work you put in over the past couple of months?
I'm very excited. I believe in my teammates. I feel like we can go out here and win, and I'm very excited for the season.
That's awesome. And now we're going to go to Aiden. Aiden, talk about your teammates. Talk about how important it is to have that bond with the group and how this Lyman team kind of makes that happen for you.
Oh, they're amazing. I mean, these guys especially. And a lot of people have improved over, the past 2 years. And I like that, and I want to win just like everyone else has said. So everyone around us is pretty amazing compared to the past 3 years ago.
Yeah, can't beat that. And finally, Malachi, tell me what you're looking forward to most about this upcoming season. It could be from a play perspective for yourself. It could be a team goal. Just something that really gets you fired up going into this 2022 season.
Is that the team really came together this year. Like, whoever bought in is that lineman right now. Whoever didn't is somewhere else. But whoever we have on the team right now is all in.
Yeah.
And that's all we need. And I feel like that's the most exciting thing about this season, because I feel like last season we didn't have that, but this season we really do.
Yeah, that's great, guys. And I'll tell you right away, I've noticed that all of you guys are focused. I can tell just by the way you're sitting here talking to us, you're focused and you're really excited. Coach, another quick question for you. With this classification changes for this upcoming season, talk a little bit about your conference and the region you're in now and how it impacts your team.
I think the district that we're in this season is a lot more favorable for us. Last year we had a couple schools that were 8A schools get bumped down to 7A.
Sure.
And it was great competition, don't get me wrong, but they're a lot bigger schools. They're probably at the cusp of from 7A to 8A, and we're at the lower end of 7A.
Sure.
And so this year we'll be playing with teams that are a lot more compatible to where we are. And it gives us a lot more confidence going into this year that we can have a lot of success.
Sure. Yeah, that's incredible. All right, I'm going to go down the list one more time and ask you, what is your goal for this season?
My goal for this season is to have a great season.
Yeah.
As a team, we should be able to stay focused, work hard, and just be productive and work together as a team.
I love it. Jermaine, goal for this season?
Goal for this season, I want to win the district, go to the playoffs, same thing.
Absolutely. Jeremiah?
Obviously our goal as a team is to win, but as a self goal, I want to make stats, play as good as I can to make it to the next level. So to keep improving to make it to the next level.
Love it. Hayden?
As a team, I want to make the playoffs. I want to win as much as I can. I want to win the districts too. Personally, I just want to get better.
Sure.
Better than I was last year, the year before, and the year before that.
As a team, I feel like one of my goals is to have one of the top defenses in Seminole County around the area. And a personal goal is to have at least 70 tackles or more.
I love it. Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for coming and joining us here on VSN Daytona channel, and we certainly wish you all the very best of luck. And guys, good luck. Go get them, man. You all are very focused, and I'm looking forward to big things out of the Lyman Greyhounds.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Team 1 in the books here for the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Day. The Greyhounds of Lyman. Stick around. Much more to come right here live on the Varsity Sports Network.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Riders, be seen. Wear reflective gear and use front and rear lights after dark. Drivers, when passing a bicyclist, give a minimum of 3 feet. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
The Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Yeah, the vertical race process was great. The feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no-pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us. And obviously it paid off, raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000, number one campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. We couldn't be happier with the vertical race program.
Here in Sanford, great opportunity to showcase some young talent from across the region, and it is my pleasure now to welcome in Matt Morgan. He currently serves as the mayor of Longwood. He was elected in 2017, re-elected in 2020. Some of you out there might know him as the Blueprint, Matt Morgan from World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes, sir.
And also, let's talk about your sports career too, man. You're right, Monmouth, and
Yes.
you transferred to Chaminade, played a little basketball. So
Yes, sir.
You've got a lot of things going on. But first of all, thank you so much for coming.
It's an honor. I'm a huge fan of, obviously, Varsity Sports Network. I'm a fan of your work, fan of my friend Dan LaForest's work as well.
Yep.
We appreciate what you guys do for our kids. This is important what you do. Thank you.
It's all about the kids, and we're proud to be able to give them an outlet and showcase their abilities because it's awesome. Okay, let's talk about it. You're the mayor of Longwood.
Yes, sir.
How have you grown as an individual in the realm of politics coming from an entertainment industry?
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll show you, even the athletic background as well of hard work.
Yeah.
What do we learn from sports, right? Football, basketball. Very fortunate to play both of those sports growing up, and you learn real quick about a strong work ethic, right?
Sure.
Outworking everybody in every room you walk in. That's a lot to be able to say that.
Yeah.
But you got to back it up. And through doing so, it's the same thing that I do as a city mayor of Longwood. Yeah. I eat, sleep, and I drink this job. It's not even a job, it's a passion.
Sure.
I had no intention of running for office. Are you kidding me? I hated politics and I hated politicians. So what in the hell am I doing in it, right?
Sure.
Well, my son Jackson's 8 years old. He's nonverbal autistic. When he was first born in 2014 is when I retired from WWE and pro wrestling altogether. To be a dad now, right? After a 12 to 13-year career.
Sure.
All right. 2 years later, he gets diagnosed as being nonverbal autistic. That's when I finally started pulling the curtain back to see who makes the decisions around the city and in the environment my kid's going to grow up in. And then just like any other parent, I want to leave my thumbprint on the environment my kid, your kid, and everybody's kids are going to grow up in now. Sure. And if I can help do that, then that's my job.
That's amazing. What are some of the goals that you have, let's just say short term, over the next couple of years or the rest of your current term, some goals that you have for the city of Longwood and the community?
So in the city of Longwood, we've done a whole revamp as far as, our city used to be known as the city people would drive through to get to the bigger cities on the weekends to go do things. So now we've changed that. Yeah. We are now a travel destination city featuring what we call Ryder Park, R-E-I-T as in Tom, E-R Park, Ryder Park. And that is a 6.5-acre gorgeous green space of a park with an amphitheater. We now have concerts there going on. We've had comedians. We've had different bands come in. We have fundraisers there, splash pad, playground, bring your families. It's huge because now we've had pro wrestling events there.
Absolutely.
I've helped raise, let me put this in turn with Lyman High School football real quick. So I put on a pro wrestling event at Ryder Park back in, I believe it was 2018, and I came out of retirement. I wrestled at it amongst some of my friends that gave up their time to wrestle. We raised $22,000 to put towards those anti-concussion or speed flex helmets.
Wow.
For Lyman High School football team getting those. Those speed flex helmets that they originally had, that came from that event.
That's incredible.
And our residents contributing. But that park makes us now a landmark city, a travel destination city, and our beautiful historic district is a huge component of that.
That's an interesting point. Let me get your quick take on something. A lot of times for a lot of smaller communities, sports is an outlet for tourism and economic development revenue.
Oh, my God, yes.
It was where I came from back in Kentucky, and I see it here now. How important of a branch of your administration is that, and how big could it possibly get for the city of Longwood?
I'm glad you asked that because I'm one of those that grew up with a learning disability. I grew up in special education. I got messed with. I got bullied because of it early on, but it was that sports helped me beyond explanation of how it helped me with confidence and getting friends and learning how to be social. Friends I'm still friends with to this day thanks to sports, right? So as an elected official in Longwood, you can bet their mayor is a part of all their sports in that city for supporting Lyman, any sport, not just football, but all of them. They just ask, I'll be there. They don't even have to ask, and I'm there. Probably annoyingly so, but it's important. It is so important because it teaches you and gives you a roadmap of lessons you're going to learn in real life. Say what you want. You will learn about work ethic through sports. You will learn about working together as a team in harmony.
Absolutely.
Playing sports.
Well, listen, we can't tell you how great it is to have had you come visit us today, and
It's
hopefully
an
we
honor.
can keep in touch and work together and help you with the city of Longwood as much as we can. So thank you so much.
It is my honor. It is my honor, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say how proud of our Lyman football team I am.
There you go.
I just saw them up here before me. They were very impressive, well-spoken, and very well-coached. That 2-8 record is going to be flipped upside down. You heard it from here. The mayor in the city of Strongwood, a.k.a. that modern-day Mayberry Longwood.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Morgan, current mayor of the city of Longwood, former WWE wrestling professional, and former collegiate athlete. Thank you so much.
My honor.
Back with more here, Media Day 2022. This is Varsity Sports Network.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
Thank you.
Omar Thursday. How you doing?
To get your tickets on S2 Pass, download the app on Google Play or the App Store. Then open the app. You then select your state, search your school, and click Events. And then you can locate the event that you're looking to attend. Select your event. From there you can see the time, location, and any other details the school is looking to communicate, as well as the weather. Then you select Purchase Tickets, add the quantity of tickets that you would like to purchase. Then you select Checkout, fill out your email address, and add your payment method. Click Pay, and you will have a QR code produced to present at the gate to the
Kentwan Royal. We've got running back, linebacker Preston Kuznov, overall athlete Kwasi Kwaku, also Dominic Outlaw and Omar Fatu. So, gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thank you
Welcome.
for having us. Thank you for having
Coach Jeremy Bell, let's talk a little bit about your team.
All right.
Obviously, things are gearing up for the season. This summer, spring, it's grind, it's brutal. It's by this course of the year, how ready are you just to get things going and get under the lights?
I wish we could have started last week.
Yeah.
That's how ready I am. I think we had a great off season. Kids worked hard. We tested this week. Kids with astronomical gains from January start of off season to now. We have a kid like down the line, Preston, who this time last year was probably like 5'10", 155. Nice walking around, 6 foot 6'1", 184 pounds, just off pure grind. And I like to tell people he won the jeans Olympics. He got great genes, of course, to be able to grow that much in a little bit of time.
Lottery.
Exactly. But yeah, we're excited to get going, man. We can't wait.
Okay, we're going to talk to all the coaches today about a big topic, and that is the classification realignment. Give me your take on it, how it affects Atlantic and your schedule and your ability to move through the playoffs.
I always schedule anybody, anytime, anywhere. I got that mindset, growing up.
Sure.
I was a fan of Florida State. That was Bobby Bowden's mindset. Coach for 8 years down in Treasure Coast. We literally anybody, anytime, anywhere. So, but in one part, I would love to play anybody, anytime, anywhere. But as far as the classification, I think it was needed, especially for a program like us who we were looking to maybe go independent if we didn't get the right draw, just because, we are in a rebuild.
Yeah.
I think we're much further along than we originally assumed.
Sure.
But we are in a rebuild and, splitting the classification where we're. Now we have some like opponents that, our kids you don't have to get 15, 20 transfers in to compete. We can do it naturally and how it's supposed to be.
Sure.
And to me, I think that it was worth it to split it that way.
Yeah. You talk about rebuild. Let me ask you a quick question about the makeup of your team for this season. Talk a little bit about them, the group that you have, how they gel, how they kind of lead Atlantic.
The group we have this year is awesome, man. I tell people all the time in the community, we don't have any knucklehead kids. We don't have any bad kids. Like, these kids, maybe, they do everything we ask them to do.
Sure.
We push them above and beyond, but they genuinely love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most of the kids hang with each other. They walk around campus with each other outside of, they're all in their group chats talking. And I just think that, it's a special group. It's something special building here at Atlantic.
Sure. All right, let's move to the players now. First question is going to be for Quasi. You are listed as an athlete.
Yes, sir.
Talk about how that impacts your team and what you can bring to the table.
I'm just like a versatile player, so like I can play any position at any time. Someone goes down, gets hurt, I can just go to coach, let me go play that position. I just want to help the team in as many ways as possible.
It's got to be a great feeling to be able to just say, hey, go here and play, or go here and play, or do this, or do that. Yeah,
yes,
that's very cool.
Real quick, he's listed as an athlete because he genuinely played all positions last year as a freshman, but O-line and D-line, so he literally, he's not lying, he's played everything.
I love it. Yeah. How valuable is it to have somebody like that, right?
Oh, man, if you have 11 guys on the field that can play all 11 positions, then it's great.
Sure.
So it's absolutely fabulous.
Next question, senior tight end Omar Fatu. Omar, how can your play, let's say on the offensive side of the ball as a tight end, help Atlantic achieve some of your goals this year?
Well, I want to thank Coach for choosing me to football. Before last year, I didn't know what football was, to be honest.
That's incredible.
And I started playing, and I kind of like went all around the place where he kind of helped me find my place. And, just being able to, as a blocking tight end, being able to block and help my, the O-line, just it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
To be able to help the quarterback and, just be aggressive.
Yeah. All right, Preston. Preston Kuznoff, Jr., running back, linebacker.
Sir.
What's a goal that you have for yourself, or maybe you set back in the spring that now here right around the corner is football season? Have you met that goal, and what was it?
Well, depending on the category, let's say like weightlifting, my goal for weightlifting would be at about like around 250, 260 for bench.
Sure.
And I said I'm about almost there. I'm at 245 right now. So, but then I wanted to get my body weight up. I wanted to be at 185 by the start of the season, and I'm at about 183, 184 right now. So I said for the most part my goals are met.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, wide receiver, Kentuan Royal.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me how you individually, not necessarily with play on the field, but through leadership, how can you help your team this year succeed?
My senior year coming up, so I just want to I want to win. Like, we had a rough season last year. I just want to win. I want all my brothers to win. And me being a senior, they can look up to me and take that as in wanting to win also, and just listening to coach, what he tells us to do on and off the field too. So yeah, just want to win.
Yeah, love it. All right, Dominic Outlaw, junior year. Talk about how different this year can be obviously we saw the record from last year, but it's last year, right? Talk about how different it's going to be this year in your mind going forward.
Well, I know that coach has put a lot into like building a better team, you know what I'm saying? Because last year there's a lot of kids who didn't really want to play, and I feel like this year we have a lot of like kids who really want to be there and actually are going to grind for what they want, and we want to be district champs, so that's what we're going to chase.
Yeah. Coach, back to you. I got to tell you, we do this a lot and talk to a lot of kids, and all these guys up here that you brought today, I can tell you, I haven't known them very long, but they seem like they bought in. And every one of them acknowledged you in some fashion in terms of your leadership as a coach. How good does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. It lets you know that, it's reassuring that what you're doing the right thing. Last year, as a first-year-time head coach, I went home a lot of times questioning, am I doing the right thing? But, I sat back, poured more into the kids that I know that cared about the program, and trusted them to pour back into the program and lead the younger guys, which sounds crazy because, like I said, I have a 2025, 224 guys that are the faces of the program already.
Sure.
But those are the guys that bought in, that trusted everything we do. Our OC, our O-line coaches, they just trusted everything from administrators to the principals to everybody on campus. This is a great group, and that's why they're up here in front of you right now.
Just out of curiosity, before we let you go, is there one game on your schedule this upcoming season that you kind of took a step back, maybe circled as a marker, maybe to see where you're at that point in the season?
Absolutely. That is game 4 against Daytona High School. That is the one game because Coach Smothers is building a great program over there as well. Yeah. They're feisty. Everybody think of Daytona as a, usually a homecoming team you schedule. But Smothers took his group over there up to Jacksonville to play bowls in the spring, and they gave Jacksonville bowls everything they can handle, absolutely everything. So they're built in the same mold as us, gritty, tough, not really flashy. So I want to see where we stand up against another team that going to come out and punch you in the mouth, just like that. So that's the one game, week 4, I'm definitely looking forward to. Yeah. Along with Pine Ridge, it's going to be an annual trophy game. It's going to be called the Teal Bowl because we're sister schools.
I love it.
Built on the opposite side of the county at the same time, open up at the same time. We're black, teal, and silver. They're black, teal, and gold. So that's why it's named the Teal Bowl. So that's the second game that I'm definitely looking forward to.
That's
Trophies
really cool.
coming Port Orange first.
That's really cool. Guys, listen, you said rebuilding year. Real quick, whoever wants to jump in and answer this, go for it. Rebuild can mean a lot of things, but I'm sure in your all's heads, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably feel like you're already rebuilt. And how can you move forward with that mindset? Whoever wants to answer, go for it.
I'll answer. I mean, rebuilding, like, we're not just rebuilding, like the football program. We're rebuilding, like, the brotherhood, the way how all the players connect to each other, the way in the weight room we follow, and we don't walk around. We run everywhere to get water off the field, and being there every single day on time. And if we're not on time, of course, he makes us run and roll. So obviously, we're rebuilding as not just one, but together. It's not just about the program; it's about the team.
Yeah.
It's not individuals. We don't have individuals.
It's a culture. It's a program.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Well, guys, listen, I got to tell you, very best of luck. It was a lot of fun talking to you all. Y'all seem dialed in, man. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on Atlantic for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach Jeremy Bell and the Atlantic Sharks. We'll be back with much more here on a full day of action here from Elevate in Sanford, Florida. This is the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Appreciate that.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. battles won.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
Yeah, the vertical raise process was great. The feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us, and obviously it paid off. Raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000. Number one campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical raise program.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Next are the Lake Mary Rams. We're joined with head coach Scott Perry and a couple of his players. Coach, welcome back here. Your second time at Media Days. How you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having us back.
No problem. So we'll get right into it. Year 18 at Lake Mary.
Yes.
You've seen a lot, and now we have this new district realignment. Some of the same schools, but can you talk a little bit about the new districts?
Yeah, it's probably one of the toughest districts in the state, but we're used to these guys. We play Sanford every year. We play Apopka in the regionals, so might as well play them a little bit sooner, right? And,
exactly.
We're just excited for our schedule. We have a tough schedule. We're playing Mainland. We're playing Spruce Creek. We have a really good schedule.
And so can you just talk about the team this off season? You guys just came back from a team camp. What have you learned from the team so far going into the fall?
We have a lot more depth than we had last year, both sides of the ball. Offensively, our offensive line is much improved. We're bigger. We're stronger. We have really good spring and summer with those guys. And, of course, we've got some good offensive skill guys coming back. We're looking forward to seeing what Logan can do at quarterback. And then defensively, we have Braden back, and a lot of the other guys here, they either started some games or they had a lot of playing time. So we're excited with the experience level coming back on defense as well.
Yeah, so we were taking a look at the schedule. You do have being a Lake Mary alumni, I know the normal opponents you guys usually play, but there are a couple that stand out. You got Mandarin, North Miami Beach, and then Mainland. Can you talk about maybe why you scheduled those teams?
Well, there's several schools in the county that won't play us, right? So if you look at our schedule, those are the ones that will. We don't necessarily want to travel that far, but, you know, if no one will play us in our county, then we have to look elsewhere. So those guys wanted to play us, and we're glad that we're playing some really good competition.
It should be exciting. So can you
Very
go down
exciting.
the list and introduce some of your players to us?
Well, next to me is Dominic Contagianis, linebacker. Gabe Nelson, linebacker. That's Braden Marshall, plays corner. Manquez Lang, running back, and Eli Grubbs down there plays tackle for us.
All right, well, I'm going to go quickly
Tackle
right to Braden, because, you know, you've been in the news lately. You have a commitment coming up. Can you talk to us a little about how the recruiting process has gone? You've had a whole summer to think about your options and stuff, and now you're coming up next week, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, this weekend.
This weekend. All right, so can you just talk about how the recruiting process has gone and how excited are you to commit?
It's been a blessing, you know, just to have these opportunities, you know, play at some of these schools. You know, it's been a long process, and it was a matter of time just, you know, find out one school. You know, taking these official visits this summer really helped out a lot. And, you know, thank God, you know, I would come to a decision on Saturday.
Fantastic. And then, you have any goals for yourself this season? I mean, they're always team goals, but what are you holding yourself to this season?
You know, my biggest goal really is to be the best team player I can be. You know, I want to be, you know, I want to be a lockdown corner. I want to be the best position to help my team the most. I feel like this team, you know, we're young on the defensive side of the ball, but I feel like this team is better than last year. I feel like we're going to do great things, and the biggest goal is, you know, get that state championship.
Fantastic. All right, so let's go to Eli. Eli. By the way, is your brother Adam?
Yes.
Okay. Saw the last name. I had a couple classes with him in high school, so you're part of the offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Lake Mary's offensive line usually very strong. How have you guys practiced this season? What have you guys done at the team camps to get yourselves stronger for this season?
We've been in the weight room a lot, and we're kind of young on our right side, but everyone is getting there. Like, we're looking really good right now, and it looks a little bit better than what we were a little last year, just like team-wise. Our team just like kind of more together and in a way, and I think we have a good season ahead of us.
Fantastic. And then I'll go right to your running back then. Manquez, you had a really good season last year. Another fantastic one. So what are your own goals this year, and how are you going to look to help out your quarterback who's starting for the first time this upcoming season?
My goals this season just to be the better person, be a better version of myself, and get over 1,000 yards, close to 2,000, really. That'll help us for the season so we can be state champ runner-up.
Awesome. And then let's go to Gabe. Let's go to the linebacker room. Gabe, so you're at linebacker this year. So Lake Mary's defense has been phenomenal over the past couple of seasons. You guys play teams like Seminole this year, Apopka, Mainland. How excited are you guys to see teams with such I guess, high-powered offenses that like to score?
I feel like with teams like that, we have to come off and start hitting them in the mouth. We got to get them, like, show them that we're worth it, like, we're there. I think we have decent depth. We've hit it really hard this offseason, so I think we're definitely competitors for big teams like that.
Awesome. And then we'll go right to your linebacker teammate, Dom. So you guys ended up pretty good run in the playoffs, losing to Seminole. So what are you guys going to do differently this year to extend that playoff run?
I think it helps playing them earlier. We know what we have to do from last year and the year before, just getting it done. We have been working all offseason focusing on beating those two teams in particular. So we just need to execute and everyone do their job.
Awesome. And then, Coach, you have a new quarterback in the system this year, Gunnar Smith, 4-year starter. How has your new quarterback, Logan, taken the steps to be a fantastic starter? I know he plays differently than Gunnar.
Well, yeah, he's a very different quarterback than Gunnar. Logan, he's been a quarterback all through Pop Warner, and he played quarterback as a freshman for our freshman team. He started for us at receiver. We brought him up, and he played receiver for us as a freshman, a sophomore. So he learned the offense then. And as Gunnar phased out, we have Logan already knows a lot of what we do. But then we had to tweak our offense a little bit for his strengths, and his strength is really buying time. He uses his feet really well. He can avoid the pass rush, avoid the blitz. He's smart. He can make reads, and he can deliver the ball, or he can take off. So he's a dual threat guy.
Yeah, you kind of answered my question. I was going to ask the offense to make tweaks, and I got to assume they did. So
definitely, yes.
We'll be excited to see week 1. So this is for any of you guys. Being from Lake Mary, I think I know the answer, but is there any team on the schedule that this year that you guys are really excited to play for against Braden? You guys, I know the answer, but go right ahead.
I mean, people say like Lake Brantley, but like we beat Lake Brantley about every year. So like, to be real, it's definitely Seminole. You know, they're always great competition, and I love playing against the best competition.
Anyone else? Is it Brantley? Is it Seminole?
Yes, sir.
Is it Seminole? So I mean, this is for anyone again. How excited are you guys to play some of those teams you don't really see often, like North Miami Beach, Mandarin? I mean, they really don't come up to Lake Mary too often. Anyone can answer.
I feel like it's great, you know, just because, you know, it's not teams from Orlando. You know, you kind of know all these Orlando teams got, you know, their players and everything. But when you go down south or go up north, you don't know those players as well. And like I said from last year, playing Lake Gibson, that really boosted me because the talent, you know, they had the top players, and playing against the top competition is big exposure to all of us and can help all these players as well.
Fantastic. And then this is for, I mean, we're going to keep going for anyone or for Coach.
Sure.
The schedule, you guys have 3 home games to end the season. Is that going to be perhaps a big boost for you guys as you will likely make the playoffs? Is that 3 final home games going to be critical to the season?
You know, it just kind of played out that way. It wasn't intentionally scheduled like that. When we do a district meeting, you pretty much have a draw, and you don't get to pick who's home and away. But it worked out for us with Apopka and Seminole coming to us, and then of course Mainland, they agreed to come to us as well. So, you know, that final home stretch there, that it could be a benefit to us, you know. But yeah, we also have to be able to play on the road. So we got some other games where we'll do that early in the season. Home or away, we just want to put the ball down and let's go.
And then this is a final question. This is your 18th year at Lake Mary?
18th year as the head coach. I've been in Lake Mary now. This will be my 21st year.
All right, so we haven't played a game, of course, yet, but you've learned a lot through the summer with this team. Where does this team, I guess, land in your teams of, you know, this team can win games? I've learned a lot from this team. Is this team unique from any of the other ones?
I'm very excited about this team. Both sides of the ball have experience. We have depth, probably more depth than we've ever had. And we got some playmakers on both sides. This team could be in.
Fantastic. Anyone else want to say one last thing? It doesn't have to be about anyone. Just want to say hi?
Go Rams.
Go Rams. I'm about to say go Rams.
Go Rams.
Go Rams. All right. Thank you guys. Coach Perry, Lake Mary Rams.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll take a quick break here on Varsity Sports Network. Up next, the Mainland Buccaneers.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
I'm not gonna say
Welcome back here to
teacher would say,
Varsity Sports
die
Network
trying.
on the Daytona channel, live from Elevate in Sanford, Florida. Next up, we're joined with the Mainland Buccaneers from Daytona Beach. We're joined with the pride and joy of the Buccaneers, Travis Rowland, and a couple of his players. Coach Rowland, this is your second year back at your former high school. How have things looked this off season, and how excited are you to take the field again?
Things are going well. We're glad to be back, getting after it. We've had a whole year to get together with the kids and kind of get our identity together and figure out who we want to be. So we're excited about that. You know, when we first got here last year, we showed up a week before spring ball, so a lot of adjustments. But we feel like now we're together as a program and ready to work. And kids have been working hard. Had a really successful summer. Been injury free, so that's the best part about it. And getting stronger by the day. So just excited to get it going and kind of be able to regain some of our mystique and who we are as a program.
I love it. And then, so, of course, in our little graphic down there, we have the new 2022 classification. Can you just talk about that new district realignment? Of course, you play familiar teams, but it's a whole new type of game now.
Absolutely. We were definitely 5-5, not 5-6. But, no, it's a normal district. I think this has been our district for a while. Last year was a little different because of some of the COVID numbers and things like that. But, back in kind of a normal district of having Daytona, Pine Ridge, and Seabreeze, our rival. Like I said before, it makes our Mainland Seabreeze game a little bit better now because it could potentially be for a district championship. So that's an exciting part about it. We recognize, again, in order to be able to make a state championship run, you got to win your district first. So that's the most important thing. We're not really concerned about the metro-suburban split. For us, it only changed about 2 teams not being in our region or in our classification. So for us, it's the same goal as always: win our district and continue the streak of going to the playoffs, which is the longest active one in the state, and just be ready to go.
All right, so you beat me to my next question. You have the longest active streak in the playoffs. It goes back to when you played there, correct?
Oh yeah, way before me. Back. I think it started back in 92.
All right, so did you feel any pressure last year to make the playoffs? Just a lot on your shoulders, or just as any head coach in Mainland, do you have that pressure with that streak going?
No, like I tell people all the time, I brag on my parents, man. It's funny, but I always say I'm built, rolling, tough. My dad, has put me in pressure situations all my life, so it's really nothing. I knew these kids were going to perform, and making the playoffs was never an issue for us. We know what we're going to do. We know what we're capable of. That's why I said we've got a goal this year to establish ourselves, locally again, because we slipped up twice last year locally, and that's the first focus for us, is to locally dominate, and the rest of it will take care of itself.
Love it. Coach, you want to introduce some of your players to us?
So with us today, we've got our 3 captains. Ajay Harrell wearing number 1, Malcolm Curry, 51, Ty Richmond, number 7, Xavier Mincy, number 3, and LJ McCray, number 11.
Welcome, guys. First of all, let's go right over to Malcolm first, because we got on my little sheet, got a couple awards here. Your first team all-area offensive line in the Volusia, Flagler, St. John's area. What are you going to do this year to do even better? I mean, that's pretty good right there, but what can you do to improve yourself this season?
To improve, I'm going to get my teammates better, and perform the same way or even better. Going back, perform better.
Love it. And then let's go to Ajay. Ajay, so Coach said you're one of the captains this year. What have you done to fill that captain role as a leader on and off the field for the team?
I just try leading by example, doing what's right, the buck way. That's what we call it. We have a thing called buck way, just doing what's right in the community and outside of school, in football, everything.
Fantastic. All right, let's go over to LJ. LJ McCray. So you're a 6'6" tight end, which is incredible. So what are you going to do this year to help out your quarterback and offense? Surely you got to be the number 1 guy on the field that defenses are targeting.
Just get open and help the offense as much as I can. I'm a big target, use my body and my size to my advantage.
Awesome. And then let's go over to Xavier. Sorry. Xavier. All right, so DB, you had 2 interceptions last year, a couple pass breakups. No touchdowns were given up against you. I mean, that's pretty hard to follow this year, but what have you done this offseason to become a better version of that player from last season?
Just working out every day, perfecting my craft, just putting in work day in and day out, trying to get better.
Fantastic. And then Ty, linebacker this year. How is the defense this year compared to last season? What have you guys done this offseason, maybe at team camps? What do you guys learn from the spring game?
Just getting everybody ready. Everybody got to play their part. It's not going to work unless all 11 are doing their part. So we just got to get on the field, just try to be leaders and get what needs to be done.
And this can be for anyone. Is there any game on the schedule that you guys are excited to see? I know week 1's against DeLand. Coach, you're laughing. Do you want to answer? Or
I'm laughing because John grabbed the mic so fast.
All right, so you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I got you. We got some teams on the schedule. Pine Ridge, not Pine Ridge, University and Seabreeze is something that I circled on the schedule myself.
I'm circling FPC. We gave up 9 sacks. We won't give up one this year, man. That was horrible. We won't do that again.
Yeah, everyone, just go down the list. I want to hear everyone's now.
Hey, I got Seabreeze, man.
Seabreeze?
They got a little too close last year. I know we going to beat them by at least 40-50 this year.
I love it.
I got Seabreeze too. I just hear a lot of talking and stuff. It's just showing that Mainland is Mainland.
Rivalry games. There it goes.
I love it. You have a team?
Oh, yeah, I'm with Seabreeze too. Yeah, we got to
Seabreeze.
For sure.
Well, that should be a very exciting game.
This year.
All right, so you guys play a team that you guys aren't used to playing, Lake Mary. Why was that scheduled, and how excited are you guys to play a team on in Seminole County?
we actually, when Coach Wilson was the head coach, I was the defensive coordinator, we played Lake Mary, I think, 4 straight times in the Kickoff Classic.
Okay.
Always a good test. He's had some really good football teams there. Like, we beat them in the Kickoff Classic, and they didn't lose again in 2014 until the third or fourth round of the playoffs. Had a great quarterback, Cannon Thompson.
That was my freshman year. I know that was a great game.
He's a pro now. He gave us like 220 yards receiving, even though we were still able to get out there with the victory. But it's always a good, tough game. And I think it's a really good test for us for the playoffs. We typically at Mainland have used week 11 as a bye week to get ready for the playoffs, but we kind of wanted to try something different this year, and we were able to get a great game with them. And I mean, again, 2 weeks prior to that, we play Osceola. So we're going to have some really good games in there to get ourselves ready for a playoff run and just be able to test ourselves against good competition and good coaching. So it'll be a really good test for us. So that's why we added Lake Mary, just to be able to have another tough football game in our schedule.
And then, so this season, looks like you guys returning a ton of offensive linemen. So you guys going to maybe try and look to run the ball significantly more than maybe throw it? Or what are you guys going to look for on offense?
I will definitely say I played for Coach Moranto, and if you remember Coach Moranto football, it was I formation, power roll right, power roll left, a little bit of ISO. So we're definitely going to lean on those guys. They know the expectations, and that's why Malcolm alluded to the FBC game of us giving up 9 sacks last year. Coach Cox did a phenomenal job calling plays for FPC last year. Thank God he's gone. But you know, we challenged those guys, and they got better as the year went. Ended up being one of our most solid units, and we are very, very hopeful for that unit. They're going to be very dominant for us up front, and people are going to have to stop the running game. You know, when they play us, for sure.
Well, we love it. Coach, any final remarks about this team this year? Any maybe excitement, anything you or anyone you guys want to say?
No, we've got some great leaders. We're excited for them. I think these guys are ready to take the next step. You know, again, like we said, we let go of some things locally last year that we have to make sure we get back and dominate locally first.
Coach, I mean, this is a fun team. I'm rooting for you guys. Kind of hope that Seabreeze game gets put on VSN. We'd love to see that.
Let's do it.
For sure. Thank you guys again for coming on today. We'll take another quick break. Up next is Deltona and Pine Ridge. Stay tuned here on Varsity Sports Network Media Days.
Remember to then scan or manually verify. And there you have it. You're ready to enjoy the game.
The best part of my job is helping people realize not only their dreams, but also their potential. My name is Dan LaForest, and I am a wealth advisor with Security Financial Management. No matter how good you may be at a skill, it's always important to have a coach to help you refine those skills and game plan for the next challenge. Helping clients realize the process will give them the confidence of knowing that we have taken the appropriate steps to protect themselves and their families.
The Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network. Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA. And we'll go back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Elevate in Sanford for the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days. I'm Bobby Allen. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have got a full day of action for you. We've already had some great teams. And next up on the list, are the Wolves of Daytona. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
We are joined by head coach Jeff Smothers, Jude Santana, Carson Nichols, Jamison Holiday, Josiah Robinson, and Caleb Oliver. Coach, first of all, thank you so much for coming and bringing your guys here. We've heard a lot of great things about the program that you're building there at Daytona. So first of all, congratulations on that. Daytona, yeah. Talk about the way that you have been able to mold this program and taking it in the direction that it's going.
It's a process. We understand that it's not something that happens overnight. We come to work every day, put in the time, put in the effort, and you understand that to build something special, it takes time.
Sure.
And we've gotten to the point now where we're in year 3, going into year 3. A lot of these guys I've had, the entire time. And that makes a difference when you talk about accountability and changing a program and winning games that,
Sure.
in tight situations. So a lot of it has to do with these guys putting in the work. And I have a great coaching staff as well, and that makes life easy. I got 8 coaches on campus, which is hard to find at the high school level.
Absolutely.
Guys that are bought in. So we're excited about where the program's headed.
Coach, let me ask you about the new classification, redistricting, and how does that affect Daytona this year and moving forward?
It didn't change too much for us, honestly. We still got to deal with Pine Ridge, Mainland, Seabreeze, our local teams. That's nothing new. So we embrace that. We love the challenge of playing the county. The kind of way we did schedule this year, our last 5 games are all county games.
Yeah.
So we're excited about the opportunity to really prove ourselves around here.
And real quick, talk about the group that you have this year in terms of players and what you have coming back to build on this program going into this season.
So we don't have that many seniors this year compared to last year. We had 15, 16. This year we're a little smaller, probably 10 or 12. But the guys that are here are quality leaders, and that's something that we talk about stuff that takes time and building it. These guys have been through the process of how to lead, what not to do.
Sure.
So now we might be thinner on the senior end, but those guys are really stepping up leadership-wise. And then the best part about our team is we're really young, and that's a scary thing because we're pretty talented. And our junior and sophomore classes this year fill up most of our roster.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about the youth as well.
Yeah, that's a big deal when those guys have been able to contribute already and then to just only gain that experience. All right, we're going to talk to senior athlete Jude Santana. Jude, what does it mean for you to wear that Daytona jersey on your chest and go out and play?
Well, it feels really good, definitely because, like you said, we built this program from not too much when I first came there my sophomore year, from being like kind of a joke in the county to now we're definitely somebody teams look for on our schedule.
Yep.
Definitely, I appreciate wearing the jersey a lot more now.
And now we've got defensive end Carson Nichols, senior year. What is an expectation that you have for your team as a senior, and this being your last go at it?
Yeah, as a senior, it's definitely an honor to be playing with a lot of young guys, a lot of older guys too. I think the expectation is just to win. We put in a lot of work during summer. I know that they've started to focus and take it more seriously, and I think this year we'll go out and do some big things.
Next up, wide receiver Josiah Robinson. Josiah, is there a goal that you have set for yourself? Maybe you set it in the spring and we've worked through the summer now and something you can reflect on and say, hey, I've done this or I've met this goal.
Personally, yeah, there was a lot of goals because I came in the spring.
Yep.
And of course I played where I was at, but I want to play here with more comp. There's more receivers here. My goal is to start and help the team win, because not even just at Daytona, but in the area there hasn't been a lot of winning in Daytona. So we want to change that culture.
Yeah, I like that mentality for sure. Jamison Holiday, lighter note. Obviously, you have a position that you play for Daytona and you play it very well. What is your favorite thing about football?
My favorite thing about football is just the brotherhood, the culture, the bond, and being together with my friends, go out there, being competitive on the field and on and off the field, and holding each other accountable on and off the field.
Yeah. Offensive lineman, defensive line, Caleb Oliver, junior. As a junior, you looked at some of these seniors, and your coach mentioned, not big numbers in the upper class. How can you be a leader as a junior this year?
I can step up like in practice, like lead people to like do whatever like. Man, I don't know.
I get it. Yeah. Coach, let me ask you about your schedule. You know, a lot of schedules are put together, you know, before things happen, like classification. Yeah. Obviously, pieces are put into play later. Are there any specific matchups or games that you kind of looked at and circled and said, okay, this is what I'm going to use as a benchmark to see where my team's at?
Yeah, we always want to beat Pine Ridge. That's number one. We own Daytona. That's the plan every year. And obviously win a district championship.
Sure.
That we're talking about a champion's culture, changing things and doing things different at Daytona. That's something that's never happened in 34 seasons.
Right.
This is Team 35. It's the 35th year of football at Daytona High School, and we've yet to win a district championship. So my mindset, our goal is, you know, Mainland, Seabreeze, you know, and Pine Ridge.
Sure.
Those three. That's what matters in the end. Granted, our schedule's built to where, you know, we have some tough games in the pre-district schedule. You know, we have a local team in Atlantic that's on the come up. Mount Dora's got a new coach. I know they're going to be playing well. Winter Springs played us tight last year for a half. So, I mean, we got some teams on our schedule that are really going to challenge us and get us ready for that last 5 run, which we call the county playoffs, essentially. Those last 5 games for us are, you know, when we got Seabreeze, DeLand, Mainland, Pine Ridge, and University, those 5 really going to dictate what happens with our schedule.
Sure. I'm going to put you on the spot here real quick. You know, obviously, you have a whole roster of kids to choose from to bring to an event like this, to represent Daytona, to represent the Wolves in the community. What was it about these 5 young men that you were like, yes, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming? What was it about this group right here that was special?
Accountability. You know what I mean? These guys, you know, I can trust them. All 5 of these guys show up to work every day with a smile on their face, and when they're there, people follow them. They're leaders, you know, whether they accept it or not, or know it or not. Not just by how they act, you know, in the weight room and in class, but how they are on the field. You know, these 5 right here are 5 guys that I'll go to war with any day, and we have a lot of guys like that. Trust me, it was hard, limited down 5 guys. I could bring 30 guys with the type of team we have this year. I'm really excited about the leadership and the group that we have.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out. Whoever wants to jump in and answer it from a player perspective, you can. Just give me a goal for this season, for the 2022 season.
9+. I would say have at least an 8-2 record at very least, and go on a playoff run, get to regional championship, make some more history at Daytona. We done won our first playoff game 2 years ago. But I want more than that. I want a regional championship, district championship, turn some heads for real.
Yeah. Okay, on that note, Coach, if you want to answer, or the guys, how important is it to the community when Daytona football wins and is relevant? How important is that?
I think that's very important, just because it's never been done. You know, we talk about, you know, they've had years of success, a couple winning seasons here and there, but sustained success has been something that's been lacking at Daytona. Sure. You know, we came in with this staff. That was our goal. We don't want to build a team on year-to-year talent. We want to build a program that has a foundation that has long-lasting success. Yeah. And that's where I think in year 3 you're going to see that corner turn.
Well, guys, we certainly from VSN wish you the very best of luck. We hope you do really well. We're going to be keeping an eye on Daytona this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the Daytona Wolves head coach, Jeff Smothers, Jude Santana, Carson Nichols, Jamison Holiday, Josiah Robinson, and Caleb Oliver. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Wolves.
All right, more to come here on the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Day right here from Elevate in Sanford. Back in a moment on the Varsity Sports Network.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine. that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Yeah, the vertical race process was great. You know, the feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no-pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us, and obviously it paid off. Raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000. Number one campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical race program.
Just pretend that we're just talking. And we'll get back into the 2022 VSN Media Days for the Daytona channel right here at Elevate in Sanford, Florida. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate everybody tuning in for this great day of showcasing the best of the best high school talent from across the area. Now it is time for the Panthers of Pine Ridge. They're their head coach, Eric Pointer. We have joining us today, Cade Eason. We have Zach Patterson. Also Jordan Buchanan, Dean Torres, Destin Lawrence. And I think that got everybody. Yep. Coach, first of all, thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. This is your first year as head coach at Pine Ridge.
Yes, sir.
You and I had the opportunity to talk about you spent time at Pine Ridge as an offensive coordinator, then stepped away for a little bit for another position, lateral move over to another school, then came back to Pine Ridge.
Yeah.
What made it so easy for you to come back and take over the head coaching job of the Panthers?
Well, it was my time at Pine Ridge before. Again, I was there from 2011 to 2017, and it's a great place. I think it's an underrated place, an underappreciated place, and being able to come back and really fulfill a lot of the potential that I know that place has, and being able to be a part of that, help lead that, is something I'm really excited about.
Sure. All right, so I also want to talk about this group. You know, this is your first year with this group as a head coach, and you know, what was it about these 5 young men that you thought was right about them to come and represent the Panthers today?
Well, like I said, I got the job in March, and since getting that job in March and just being able to work with the guys during spring football or time over the summer, the amount of work that these guys put in, the leadership skills and abilities that they've shown, leading what's going to be a pretty young group.
Sure.
They really have shown out and done that in bunches.
Yeah.
So being able to bring these guys along has been, more representative and the best representative of Pine Ridge that we could
Sure.
bring with us. So.
This question may be twofold. I want to go into your schedule for
Okay.
this year, and also with the reclassifications.
Right.
You could talk about how that affects Pine Ridge, and also on your schedule, are there certain games, regardless of class, that you kind of circle and say that's the one I want, or that's going to be a good measuring stick of where we are?
Well, there's going to be. Our district is not too dissimilar from when I was there before. So you have your Mainlands and Sea Breezes and stuff like that. Definitely playing a school down the road is going to be huge. Looking forward to that. But again, because I've been around the high school area in Central Florida for 20 plus years now, just guys I've worked with before that I'm going to get the opportunity to coach against, like Winter Springs and our kickoff classic. Me and their head coach coached together at Haggerty when they first started. We have Lake Howell on our schedule, and obviously I've just spent the past 5 years there, and got a good relationship with Coach Lorenzano and those guys over there too. So.
Yeah, that's really awesome. All right, guys, time to turn to the players now. We're going to start things off with Cade Eason. And Cade, you're a senior, and what is a goal that you had set for yourself, for your team as a leader, taking it into this new season with a new head coach?
The goal is, for me at least, to bring this team up from what we were before. We've had a roughy start past couple seasons I've been here. I want to be more than just an even record. I want to uplift this team. I want us to be positive, strong, and I want them to be confident in themselves, just like I am confident in this team.
Zach Patterson, Jr. Zach, talk about what it's been like so far since March, bringing in Coach Pointer and kind of the direction that the program's going.
We're definitely going in the right direction. The energy is much different with the new coaching staff. Coach Pointer brings in a different aspect that we haven't had the last 2 years here at Pine Ridge. He puts more effort into the school, the campus, the football team than any other coach has.
And next, let's talk to wide receiver. So anytime you come into a new system, excuse me, Dean Torres, offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Anytime you come into a new offensive system, line play is super important. So how have you been able to grow and adapt to this new scheme that's been put in place?
Coach Pointer makes it very punctual during our practice to make sure that the linemen are always getting their steps right, to make sure that we're on point and that we can do our job correctly. I'm pretty sure all of our guys really know what we have to do to make it easier for everybody else.
Yeah. And Jordan Buchanan, senior, you play both sides of the football. A lot of kids do, right? How impactful is that for you to be able to contribute to your team on either side of the football?
I like it a lot. I like being able to do my best on both sides of the ball because personally I like playing defense more, but I like being able to contribute everything I can to the team to help us win games, both offensively and defensively. So I think both those are equally important.
Yeah, you actually answered my second question. I was going to ask you which one you like better, so that's perfect. All right, Destin Lawrence, Jr. Destin, how have you seen the program progress since Coach Pointer came in back in the spring, and how everything has developed over the summer?
Well, as it's been my first high school season, it's been pretty well, but Coach Pointer, he's going to make a difference, and I believe in that because of the way he's been coaching us and the things he's trying to install into our game and mindset. Yeah.
Coach, I'll go back to you. It seems like all these guys in some way, shape, or form mentioned, you coming on board and changing the culture of the program. Have you seen an increase in interest from other kids that may have not played football before for whatever reason that have started to maybe say, hey, I might want to come play?
Yeah, I think so. And even just in the short bit of time that we had, I got the job about a month before spring football started. But even over the summer, there's been more guys that have been coming out. And I know once the school has started back up, and that's one of the big, huge goals I have for the program as well, is really being able to grow participation, the interest level, that, hey, this is something that I want to be a part of.
Sure.
Just because of, whether it's wins and losses, whether it's all the other stuff that goes along with making a program is huge. And I think it's just in a little bit of time so far has definitely grown in that amount of time.
Spring football. Give me one thing that kind of stuck out to you that you learned about this team.
I would say probably as much as anything, just the amount of hard work that they'll put in. sometimes you're not really always sure, especially with some of the turmoil that Pine Ridge has been through. But even other places when you're coming into a new situation, because Pine Ridge is very much the same situation, similar situation when I got there in 2011, came on as the offensive coordinator. It was I saw the same things there too. Guys who really wanted to have some success, wanted to be part of a program that's going to bring the best out of them, both on the field and off the field.
Sure.
And again, just their effort level has really been able to make the amount of improvement that they made in a short amount of time.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to go down the list. Each of you give me a goal you have for this upcoming 2022 season.
My goal for myself personally, I have 5 sacks and 5 interceptions. Go even with it. And for the team, like I said, I want more than just an even record.
Personally, for me, it's just stay healthy, stay on the field, do the best I can to help the team, help the defense, and be the vocal point.
My goal is going into the season just to be better than last year, better than the year before, and do everything I can to help the team out in the next few years, be better than those years for them, and just build a program.
I think my goal actually is to make the culture and our appearance different, and to change the perspective on our school.
My goal is to set a bigger. Oh my bad. To set a better future for Pine Ridge. Throughout these years, we have bad history and all that, but I want to make a change. Yeah.
I can tell you guys look ready. You look like you're excited for the season to start. So we want to wish you the very best of luck. The Pine Ridge Panthers head coach Eric Pointer, Jordan Buchanan, Cade Eason, Dean Torres, Zach Patterson, and Destin Lawrence. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
We'll be back with much more here from Elevate in Sanford. You're watching the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network. Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA. And we'll get back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Elevate in Sanford, Florida. We are so proud to bring you the 2022 VSN Daytona Channel Media Days. I'm Bobby Allen. Thanks for tuning in. Full day of action here as we celebrate some of the best players and teams from across Central Florida. And it is time now to introduce you to the Hurricanes of Mount Dora. We have head coach Luke Hutchinson. We have Ethan Eubanks, Aiden Mendoza, Dante Johnson-Turner, Afrifa Amoa-Mensah. All right. and Russell Frickett. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Coach, first year at the program.
First year, yeah.
You have plenty of experience. You coached out west. You spent some time at Dr. Phillips
Yes, sir.
under a very stable program and a very successful program.
Absolutely.
What have you been able to bring to Mount Dora with that coaching history?
Well, I've been really fortunate in my coaching past to have worked for some really awesome head coaches and be around guys that understand the game and understand program as well as scheme. Coach Wells down at DP was incredible. The guys he surrounded himself with as well. When I was out west with Coach Salter, he's a California Hall of Fame football coach, and I just tried to take a little bit from each one of those guys, and like I said, I was so fortunate to be able to be in those programs and see how they ran their programs, and I'm bringing a little bit from each one of them to Mount Dora.
Sure. Let's talk real quick about spring and summer. We had the opportunity to cover one of the spring games, and I have to tell you that if anybody has gone back and watched that replay, the performance of these young men and this team, the way they looked, the way they came out and played, the results, they kind of spoke for themselves, and it really was impressive for us to watch.
Yes, sir.
Based on recent history, let's be honest. How important was that for you to have some success and see those building blocks as we move toward the start of the season?
It was huge. We talked about it a little bit off camera, and for us to be able to be on VSN that day for our spring game did a world of wonders for the community, for the campus, for the program, and it kind of legitimized what we were doing.
Sure.
And you saw us come in and take over a program, and I was very candid with the boys up front and told them that we had high expectations and we were going to set the standard high. And to these guys' credit, they bought in.
Yeah.
Not just these 5 sitting here, but
Sure.
all the boys back at home as well that were working out before we left.
Yeah.
They all bought into it, and we started to see it on the fields, and it's just grown exponentially since then as well.
Yeah, there was a certain aura around the team that day for us, and we noticed it visually. So we can already see it heading in the right direction. Let's talk to the players here a little bit.
Absolutely.
We'll start with Ethan Eubanks. You're a senior.
Yes, sir.
What have you seen so far under a new coach's direction, Coach Hutchinson, and what he's been able to bring to Mount Dora?
He brought the program in a completely different direction. Before we were undisciplined, we didn't work as hard. Now we're working harder than ever before. We're disciplined, and just he's turning the program around.
How important is it for you to see those results? Because clearly,
it's honestly amazing. Going through 3 years of being undisciplined, not working hard.
Yeah.
It's a big change, and it's a change everybody wants to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to Aiden Mendoza, also a senior. Much like Ethan said, you've seen the way the program's gone previously.
Yes, sir.
Give me one thing about Coach Hutchinson and what he's been able to bring that makes you really look forward to this coming season.
Honestly, it might sound really weird, but conditioning, it's going to help us tremendously throughout the entirety of our program.
Sure.
We really needed it. We would die in the second half a lot, and now I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah. And that's an interesting point you brought up, and I'll interject, and maybe you can point to it. Conditioning is monumentally important. During that spring game, we did a lot of spring games, but we waited on teams, and you could see teams start to tire out. You all had your foot on the gas. There were no letdowns, no let-offs. Every time somebody new came in, the level of play did not decrease at all. And that's a testament to conditioning.
That's a testament also to these guys and their
Sure.
and their desire, and like Aiden said, their want to do it. They needed it. They knew they needed it. We talked about it. These 3 guys right here, Dante, Aiden, and Ethan, are the captains of the team, and we meet once a week and we talk about what do we like, what do we need, what do we need to get rid of, how can we improve, and that was one of the big things that they said. Coach, we got to be in shape. I said, all right, well, remember this conversation when we're running and we're working.
Sure.
And
Sure.
they did.
That's awesome. All right, now running back, Dante Johnson-Turner, we got to see you perform in the spring game. You looked really good.
I appreciate it.
Being the guy that's going to get the majority of the carries, how can you contribute based on what you've seen and done this spring and summer? Now that we're right around the corner from the start of the season, what can you bring to the table that's different from years past?
What I can bring to the table is what the whole team could bring. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got to do my part and rely on the other guys to do their part, just like how I rely on my line to help me get them carries and get them yards. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Wide receiver, Afrifa Amoa-Mensah. Hope I pronounced that right.
You're good.
All right. Wide receiver, junior. Talk a little bit about these three gentlemen sitting to your left in the, as Coach mentioned, they're the captains of the team, the leaders. How has that impacted you as you are going to be the next in line?
They're huge leaders, and they're really inspirational because they're always there helping me out. Because sometimes I feel like in the weight room, can't get it up. They help me out, push, keep going. It's a mentality. Working hard every day.
Yeah. And now junior Russell Fickett, and I got to tell you, man, on the defensive side of the ball in that spring game, we saw 15 all over the place. It seemed like you were very involved all over the field, quite frankly, and really on both sides of the ball. How have you grown since the end of last season to now with everything that's changed with the program?
Well, one thing that I thought was really big that I learned from Coach Hutch is just to do your job. Because last year, I was trying to do everyone's job, and I just learned that I need to trust my fellow teammates like these four being right here to just do their job and to just get it done.
Yeah, probably made your job a lot easier, didn't
Yes,
it?
it did.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, we want to get into the schedule real quick.
Sure.
With reclassification and all the things changing, let's talk a little bit about what you see on your schedule. Did it affect you in any way? And are there any games that you've circled kind of as this may be a measuring stick for us at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think they're all measuring sticks. If you get a chance to look at our schedule, it's similar to what we would have done if the reclassification didn't go through. We play a lot of Lake County teams,
sure,
and we're going to treat each one of those games as if that's a rivalry game for us.
Sure.
And especially with this being the first year in a new program, and we're trending in the way that we think we're trending, I think every single one of those games are going to be a measuring stick.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, we're really looking forward to seeing what happens over the course of this season. That us, what we saw in that spring game really raised some eyebrows, I'll be honest, in the best way possible. So congratulations to you all. Once again, head coach Luke Hutchinson, Ethan Eubanks, Aiden Mendoza, Dante Johnson-Turner, Afrifa Amoa-Mensah, and Russell Fickett, the Mountain Dora Hurricanes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Really excited about big things to come from Mountain Dora. If you haven't been paying attention, you probably ought to. We'll be back with more here from Elevate in Sanford at the 2022 VSN Media Days Daytona channel. Back in a moment.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a no zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the no zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient, retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax efficient retirement income plan.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Welcome back here to Varsity Sports Network Media Days, live from Elevate in Sanford, Florida. Next up here are the Leesburg Yellow Jackets. Today, we're joined with head coach Mark Oates and a couple of his players. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you today?
Good. So we'll get right into it. You guys had a really good campaign last year, 6-5, made the playoffs. New season. Everyone's pretty much shuffling around. You guys are in the new suburban Metro, suburban, you guys want to talk about? So can you just talk about that new realignment for you guys and how that maybe impacts your team this year?
Well, personally, I think it levels the playing field. Just due to demographics, size of communities. I think it's more fair for all teams involved. But either way, you still got to go out and play.
Yeah. So you guys had a fantastic 6-5 campaign. So those first three games, you guys were punching teams in the mouth, 24-6, 42-18, 60-0. How are you guys looking to replicate that start again this season?
Well, we're hoping with the experience that we had last year is going to help us this year. My guys are one more year experience. We're stronger. We've had a good weight room session. So I'm looking forward to our guys taking this thing to the next level.
Fantastic. You want to introduce some of your players today?
Yes, to my immediate right is offensive lineman Adriel Morales. Beside him is our captain and cornerback Corbin Harrison. And on the end is our sophomore linebacker Aiden Hall.
All right, so we'll get right into it. Let's go to Aiden Hall. Aiden? Down there. So Aiden, this year, you guys, of course, new realignment in the conference or in the state of Florida. You guys play some really good teams. How are you guys looking to maybe continue some of that success you guys found on defense last season?
Just get more stops and swarm to the ball more.
And then we'll go next over to Adriel. Adriel, so the offensive line, what have you guys done this offseason to improve? And now you guys are playing some familiar teams. What have you done personally as well to improve yourself?
Just getting stronger, footwork, the main stuff alignment should have, make sure.
Fantastic. And then last but not least, so Corbin, right? Corbin, all right, so you're playing two positions this year. You have a quarterback who is returning. How have you guys been able to connect this off season, maybe whether it's at camp, spring game, or in summer ball?
We've just been all playing together, working as a team, coming
nice.
As one.
And then, so this is for anyone, or Coach, you have a returning quarterback this year?
Yes.
I believe Trini Thomas?
Trini Thomas.
So how is another year in the system with him going to maybe improve this offense and take it to the next level?
What I'm hoping is that Trini has matured as a person as well as a player, and I think that'll help him. He has the physical attributes that you want in a quarterback. Where he has to get stronger is his leadership skills, and I think he's made strides in that direction in the offseason.
And this is your fifth year at Leesburg?
This will be year 6.
Year 6. So what have you learned over the past couple of years that you can implement this year into this team?
You're learning things every year. You learn that kids have to be academically sound in order to be on the field. You learn that you can only control the things that you can control. In this era of free agency in high school, your roster's constantly changing. So what we try to do is coach the kids that are there and get better each day as coaches and players. And as I started out with, just control the things that we can control.
Understood. And then this is for anyone, for you guys. Are there any opponents on the schedule this year that you guys are looking forward to playing? Maybe a rival or trying to avenge a loss?
Yes, Wildwood.
Wildwood?
Yeah, we had a couple players transfer from there.
And then anyone else? Do you have any opponents you guys are looking forward to playing? Ponte Vedra?
The Villages, yeah.
And then this will be another question for Coach. So I'm seeing you only graduated 9 players this past season. So how confident do you feel with the depth and all the returners this year that you can make a very deep playoff push with this new Suburban lineup?
We have to stay healthy.
Okay.
We're not that deep. I feel confident in our starters, but we still need to build some depth. So that's what off-season is about. That's what preseason is about. But I feel very confident with our starters.
And then is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap things up? Coach, any closing remarks?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for giving these young men an opportunity to speak to the world out there. And keep doing the things you're doing to promote young people. And that's pretty much what I have to say.
Well, we appreciate it, Coach. We wish you guys all the best of luck this year. Big things for Leesburg, perhaps, as tons of returners and experience coming back. So we'll take another quick break. Up next is Umatilla right here on the Varsity Sports Network. This is Leesburg Yellow Jackets, everybody. Stay tuned.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
Process was great. The feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us. And obviously it paid off, raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000, number one campaign. in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. We couldn't be happier with the vertical race program.
And we'll get back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Elevate in Sanford for the 2022 VSN Daytona Channel Media Days. I'm Bobby Allen. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've had a great slate of teams so far, and next up to the podium to be put on the spot, hopefully have a little fun, the Bulldogs of Umatilla. We are joined by head coach Charlie Cerny, Jarek Hutto, Eli O'Brien, Aiden Heinlein, Mason Cannon, and Tyler McClinton Hutto. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach Charlie Cerny, we'll start with you. Going into your fourth year as head coach of the Bulldogs, what have you learned about this group of players for this season as we've come through spring and summer and we're getting ready to kick things off?
They are excited, especially after the success we had last year. They're excited. They've been working really hard.
Yeah.
And they finally started to click all the foundation stuff we've been talking about the last
Sure.
few years.
Sure.
They're finally bought in and doing the work that we've been asking them to do. It's been exciting.
Talk about your leadership. Obviously, these five gentlemen you brought with you today, struck a chord for you to bring them and have them be the ones to represent the school. What was it about this group of leaders that you're looking forward to utilizing this season?
Well, we have a little champions club. It's kind of exclusive part of our team that's leadership development, and a lot of that has to do with their grades and academics. So these are all high academic kids as well.
Love that.
And so our team GPA last year was a 3.1. So that's kind of me personally. I'm more excited about that than the wins and losses even.
Absolutely.
So that's more important for their future than any games that we play on Friday night.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of the big thing, that's pushing the grades. We're actually going to partner these kids up with some of our freshmen this year and have them help hold freshmen accountable with their grades. So
that's incredible.
Change that up a little bit as well.
That's incredible. Coach, you move into Class 2S, District 10, with the reclassification. And we ask all the coaches this, a lot of the teams play the same folks anyway. Mm-hmm. How did it affect Umatilla and this upcoming schedule?
It's definitely tougher. We were able to schedule before some teams. Kind of a backstory, but our kids just were lacking confidence when I first came to the school and kind of felt defeated on Mondays before we even played the games. And so we were able to schedule games that were all new. Kids didn't know who they were. They didn't even know where they were, some of them. And so that just kind of helped mentally wise turn things around for us. So we haven't played the local schools in a couple of years. So playing Mount Dora again, playing the Villages, playing the blue team down the street, that's going to be new. So for these kids, but we're excited about it. They'll be good
that's
games.
really cool. All right, let's talk to the players now. We'll start with Tyler McClinton Hutto. Tyler, welcome. What are you looking forward to as we are just a couple of weeks away from the start of football season?
I'm looking forward to being a factor for this team, playing my role, and keep pushing everybody and working hard.
And tell us what position you play.
I play wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Which side of the ball you like better?
Left.
Okay. All right, let's go to Aiden Heinlein, Jr.
Yes, sir.
Aiden, welcome.
Welcome.
Talk about this group of guys with you today and how important it is to bond together and use that to succeed on the football field.
These group of guys they're not necessarily more important than everybody on our team, but these group of guys have stepped up, and them stepping up has shown outside of everybody, outside of school, they've stepped up, they've been leaders, They've taken kids that didn't want to be here, and like they loved football, but they didn't want to be here because of the work, and they made them obsessed with the work. And obsession in football is key to be able to get all the work done and to be great. And these group of guys come together, and we all have the same mindset, and at the end of the day want to be the same thing and be better than we were yesterday every day.
Sure. Yeah, great. Let's go to junior running back Mason Cannon. Mason, as a running back, obviously line play is very important. Tell me a little bit about what your line is like this year and how much hope you have as a running back for a successful year because of it.
I have a lot of hope. The line, they're working way harder. I have a lot of hope this year for the running the ball. The line, they're working way harder on the field, off the field, in the weight room. I've never seen that group work as hard as they have now.
That's
and I
awesome.
feel like it's going to be the best group that we've had since I've been here.
Yeah. That's incredible. All right, Eli O'Brien, senior, defensive player.
Yes, sir.
Have you listed as outside linebacker, strong safety?
Yes, sir.
How good is your defense this year? Talk about it and
I love
how
us.
excited you are.
We all have the same mindset. We want to just hit people out there, and that's what you got to do on defense. We've been working hard, learning new defenses, just to know more of them. We come together. It's our side of the ball. We don't care about anything but defense. That's who we are.
Yeah.
It's what's in us.
And now, Jarrett Hutto, how are you?
Good, doing good.
Senior running back.
Yes, sir.
I'll kind of follow up to the question that I had for Mason. You know, how has your offense progressed during this offseason through spring and summer? Are you ready to be the world beaters that I know you think you can be?
Oh, yes, sir. We definitely are. Our offense has progressed a lot. We've been hitting the weight room way harder this year. Like, we've been doing extra workouts just to get ready for our conditioning, ready to move the ball quicker, hurry up offense, ready to win games and fly around the field.
Yeah.
Score touchdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Cerny, back to you. Obviously, you can tell these kids are well-spoken. You mentioned the academic standard that Umatilla has and you have as a coach. That's very evident. And how much easier does that make your job when you're talking about kids who have a high IQ, adapting that to football?
Oh, it's been great. So they're able to pick up things faster. They even when they have a teammate that's struggling, they're able to help out. So it's like having extra coaches on the field.
Yeah, that has to be such a blessing. Yeah. Anything new this season that you've implemented, schematic-wise? Do you tend to change things based on your personnel? How do you kind of approach that?
I wouldn't say we've changed too much schematic-wise. We've just been able to build on it more. Yep. We've been so young for so long. We haven't really lost any players. We only really had 3 seniors that played significant time last year.
Sure.
And so we haven't really had to replace too many. So we've just been able to build on that a little bit. And
yeah, I saw here it says 4 graduated from the 21 team. So, that kind of goes into the youth that you were talking about. But, that youth is also, they come in with experience, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that means a lot.
They've all been playing, so it's been great.
Yeah,
to watch them grow and build and kind of develop into the leaders that we've needed.
Yeah. Well, I'm very impressed with what I heard from you guys today, and I know Varsity Sports Nation is too. And so thank you all for being here. Head coach Charlie Cerny, Jarrett Hutto, Eli O'Brien, Aiden Heinlein, Mason Cannon, and Tyler McClinton Hutto. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bulldogs of Umatilla, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with much more here from Elevate in Sanford, Florida, here on the 2022 VSN Media Day. We'll be right back. Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com.
pt.1 or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Get your tickets on S2 Pass. Download the app on Google Play or the App Store. Then open the app. You then select your state, search your school, and click Events. And then you can locate the event that you're looking to attend. Select your event. From there you can see the time, location, and any other details the school is looking to communicate, as well as the weather. Then you select Purchase Tickets, add the quantity of tickets that you would like to purchase. Then you select Checkout, fill out your email address, and add your payment method. Click Pay, and you will have a QR code produced to present at the gate to the staff member to then scan or manually verify. And there you have it. You're ready to enjoy the game.
The vertical raise process was great. The feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us. And obviously it paid off, raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000, number one campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical raise program.
Welcome back here to Varsity Sports Network, live from Elevate in Sanford, Florida. Up next here at our VSN Media Days are the Winter Spring Bears. Joining with us is first-year head coach of the Bears, Tim Dykes. Boy, do I love this team because we've got a lot of history between you and I, as you were my younger football coach, your family, so I'm very excited for you in this program. Coach, any opening things you want to say, first of all?
I'd just like to thank everybody for putting this on. It's a good thing for high school sports. I appreciate everyone here, and thank you.
Yeah, so we'll get right into it. So this new district realignment, you guys are in 3M, District 2. You guys play a lot of familiar teams. You got teams like East River, Lake Howell, Lyman, and Oviedo in there. Oviedo joining you guys. How excited are what lies ahead for this new district with you guys?
Well, I'm very excited because we have some rivals still in our district. We didn't lose those. Everyone's relatively close, so we don't have big away games. We can have big home crowds, or our crowd can go there. And again, like I said, we just have a lot of experience with these teams playing, and we're here to compete, and we're not backing down to no one.
So I've known you my whole life. You've been coaching my whole life, as long as I can remember, and then some. How excited are you to finally get your chance of being a head coach? First year head coach, and now it's here.
I'm very excited. I think it shows, like I said, it's my 26th year coaching, and I've tried a lot of different times to get a head job, and for some reason it didn't work out. Things are meant to be, but it also shows my players that, if something doesn't happen your way, you don't take your ball and go home. You find that other door to open, and you keep fighting. If it's something that you dream hard enough about, if it comes true, then good. But you know what? Even if it did not come true, I've had a great life of coaching. as an assistant and a coordinator, but I knew I could do this job, and if it wasn't for these players and my team backing me, I would not be sitting here. So I hold everything to them is why I'm sitting here.
And so, can you introduce us to some of your players today, Coach?
Yes, I have senior Aiden Gatton, offensive line. I have senior offensive line Grant Seaman. I have junior Brett Albury, wide receiver. I have senior all-around football player, athlete, DB, returner, running back, Jonathan Adams. And I have a newcomer, Daniel Pfeiffer. He's a rising sophomore, and he's playing linebacker, DN.
All right, so we'll go right away into it. Let's go with the do-it-all, Jonathan. Jonathan, raise your hand. Jonathan, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. So, Coach Dykes was with you last year, but now he's the head coach. How has he implemented his offensive style to where you can succeed on the field this year?
I believe he did. I believe he does a great job doing that all around with every player and as a whole being productive as a team.
Fantastic. And then we'll go right next door to you, rising sophomore Daniel Pfeiffer. Daniel, so this is your first year on a varsity team?
No, I had a couple games on there, but I didn't play.
Okay, so what are you going to bring to the defense this year? New team, new teams you're playing against, so what can you bring exactly?
Aggressive, just playing hard and staying in the game.
Fantastic. And then we'll come closer to Coach Dykes. Aiden, offensive lineman this year. What have you guys done this off season to prepare your guys' selves for the fall? Maybe something in camp, hitting the weight room. What have you guys done?
Well, I mean, we've been lifting every day. We've been working hard in practices, and we've had tons of conditioning. We're just getting prepared for the season, you know?
Fantastic. And then we'll go over to Brett. Brett, so I'm going to vouch for Coach Dykes here. Offensive guru. He's had a lot of great players in his system. This year you guys are playing a couple new teams that you haven't really seen. What are you excited to see with some of those defensive backs that you're going to be going against this year, and what are your goals for this season?
My goals? Like statistic-wise?
Yeah, your goals, team goals, personal goals. Yeah, what are your personal goals this season?
Receiving, I probably want over like maybe 800 yards, over 10 touchdowns, and win games as a team as a whole.
Fantastic. And then last but not least, we'll go right over to Grant. Grant, offensive lineman again. How are you going to look to anchor that offensive line with your fellow teammate right here? And what do you personally want to make a goal for yourself this season, whether it's on or off the field, in the weight rooms, team camps? What have you done?
We want to play as a one unit and play as a whole, and we want to make sure we keep our quarterback with as much time as possible. And I'm looking to mainly be a leader off the field and show the younger players what it means to be a varsity football player.
Fantastic. And then this can be for anyone, for you too, Coach. Is there any team on the schedule that jumps out to you that you wanted to circle right away and say, listen, I'm excited to play them? This is okay. I already see heads shaking.
I'll answer that because I don't want them to answer it. We worry about winter springs, and that's all we can worry about right now. It's not a big secret. We've won one game in the last 2 years. So I don't worry about opponents right now. I'm worrying about Pine Ridge, which is our kickoff classic. So, are there teams on our schedule? Absolutely, but that's between me and my football team.
Fantastic. So this could be for anyone. As a team this year, you guys are coming off a one-win season. Realistically, what do you want to do for the school as a whole to get football back to where it used to be at Winter Springs? District champions a couple years ago. Now you're in a new realignment. They're new teams. This is a new, fresh start, new head coach. What do you guys really want to do? Make a name for yourselves this year. This could be for anyone.
We've been trying to get more kids in on the JV teams to get kids flowing in. We've got a big freshman team coming in. We're trying to keep them around. We're working hard with them to make them better, and we're just building up the program.
Fantastic, Coach.
Let me piggyback on that. Like you said, in the past 2 years, our freshman team has probably had 18 kids total on the team, and right now we're probably looking at 40 kids coming in this fall. So I've rebuilt the bridge to our Pop Warner, which has really helped out a lot. So again, we're getting Winter Springs kids back to Winter Springs instead of going to other schools.
So, expectations for 2022, you wrote to be in the hunt for a district title and playoff spot. You probably already said the answer, but what's number one on that list to get back into that contention?
A toughness. I think the last few years at Winter Springs, we've lost that toughness. When I was at Seminole High School for many years coaching, we knew we could probably out-athlete Winter Springs because of the Seminole kid, but Winter Springs brought a toughness that we've lost. So that's what I've really tried to instill over the spring and over the summer is that we're not going to back down, and we're going to, if I could predict our wins, I'd be at Las Vegas making lots of money. But I can't predict you. We're not going to be easy out. You're going to know that you played a football team every time you step on the field with us.
I love it. Guys, any last remarks? Anyone want to say anything else? Hi to Mom or whatever you guys want to say. Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Mr. Timmy, any last things?
Again, I just want to say thank you for everybody. This is really great. This means a lot to the high school coaches because, some of these kids, this might be the last time they play football. Some will go on to college. And you know what? For the time that they put in over the summer and everything, they deserve to come here and show their faces. And these are 5 kids that represent our program very well. And I want to show that good kids do get good things, and it's not always the bad kids that you hear about. It's really good kids that, show off our program.
Mr. Timmy, as a lifelong friend, family member, and just as a football fan in general, I'm very excited to see where this program goes this year. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you, Alex.
We'll take a quick break right here on Varsity Sports Network Media Days, live from Elevate in Sanford.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan. It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more.
It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine, that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Elevate in Sanford for the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days. We've had an excellent slate of teams. We've got many more to come. Next up, we are proud to present the Eagles from the Masters Academy. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
We are joined by head coach Bailey Granier, Braden Bell, Luke Boyven, Zach Kelly, Tyson Chadwick, and Zach Weaver. So, Coach, we'll start with you. First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing these guys to showcase your team. Let's talk about reclassification and all the things that brings to the table and how it affects you and your schedule as you move into the season.
Yeah, so we play an independent schedule in the SSAC. So really, it didn't change a lot for us. Some of our opponents did end up having district games.
That's what I was wondering.
For the most part, I mean, our schedule is kind of mixed between small private Christian schools and some SSAC schools, some charter schools.
Sure.
But for the most part, we really didn't have to change too much. We actually just finalized the schedule like last week. We had a game that was missing for a little while, but we're all good. But
good.
I could see how it was a challenge for a lot of guys.
Yeah, and like you said, it may affect other people's abilities to schedule and have to fill holes and maybe drop or what have you. Coach, let's talk about the 11-man South Division. What are some things that you've seen that out of your team that helps you look ahead and say, all right, we can make some noise?
Well, I think we got a great group of young men. I mean, you look at these guys and the hard work they've been putting in this summer. I mean, it's been fantastic. I'm excited to see these guys play this year.
Yeah.
I really think that we've got a good group, got some talent, some great leadership, as well as some really young kids that I think have got a bright future and got an opportunity to develop. I talk to my kids about it a lot of time, and it's kind of a cliche, but I really think it's more about what we do.
Sure.
I think we've got everything, all the tools, really, that it's going to take to be successful. We've got a challenging schedule with some great opponents, but I like to play tough teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really think playing teams that are kind of cupcakes aren't the funnest, right? And you're not really challenged, and it doesn't really help and prepare you. The goal here is to win a state championship.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Talk about this group that you brought with you today real quick. Obviously you trust them to represent the Masters Academy and the Eagles. Why these gentlemen?
Yeah, I mean, I got so many great things I can say about these guys. I mean, they're super high character guys, super high academic guys, and great leaders. Zach Kelly's been with us for a couple of years now. He's been a great force on defense, especially at DN linebacker position. Luke Boyven's been playing for 4 years now as a varsity player. Braden Bell, I've been coaching Braden for 3 years now. And, I mean, tremendous growth as a young man, and seeing him really own that quarterback position and step up with the leadership. Zach Weaver, I mean, he's a tough kid, runs really hard. Love to watch him play. And then on the end, Tyson Chadwick, I think he's got a bright future and a ton of opportunity ahead of him. He's a big guy, and I think a lot of schools are going to be really interested to see after he has a great junior year.
And as far as the makeup of the team, upperclassmen, youth, pretty solid across the board. Are you heavy in one area or the other?
It's interesting. We've got a big 9th grade class right now and a small senior class, but seniors are high quality.
Yeah,
great kids, great leaders, and they're going to be a big part of this program. But moving forward, our 9th graders is just so many. It's going to be irregularly big for us, which is kind of a product of our middle school being really big right now. At our school.
Sure. All right, let's talk to the guys here real quick. We're going to start with Zach Kelly, senior running back, defensive end. Zach, what have you noticed from this team as you move through spring, summer, and now just a few weeks away from the start of the season?
From this team, we've had great team chemistry. We all work together greatly as a team. And if we cooperate correctly and let our teammates know what's going on, we can get things done.
Yeah, that's very important. Moving on to Luke Boyven, senior. A little bit of everything, tight end, wide receiver, linebacker, running back.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, you brought some friends along with you.
Yeah, the rings.
Talk about it. Tell us about it. You're showing them off for a reason.
Well, this one's from my freshman year, and this one's from sophomore year. We went back-to-back in the SSAC, and there was It was a really great opportunity to have so many good players above me. I think my freshman year, all four of our starting wide receivers went D1 and our running back, and it was amazing to learn from those guys. Have great mentors above me, and same thing the next year. Getting a completely new coaching staff and still being able to go back to back really gave me faith. To what hard work can do for you. Regardless of your situation.
It's got to give you confidence being able to show those off too, right?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Quarterback Braden Bell. Obviously, quarterbacks are the leader. They're looked to, across the board,
Yes, sir.
regardless of what side of the football it is. What kind of pressures does that put on you, and how do you handle it as an individual?
It puts a lot of pressure on me, but I'm able to handle it with my guys because they know I'm not trying to be rude or disrespect them. They want to get better, so they like to be pushed as a team.
Well, and you got to be a leader, and that's kind of required, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Zach Weaver, running back, linebacker, junior. You've got some senior leaders ahead of you. We've talked about what that meant to the program. How have they impacted your ability to improve now that you're soon to be one of those looked-to leaders?
Well, I think that they have impacted me by helping me out throughout the season and just being a good friend to me and guiding me through helping me when I need it. Just being there for anything that I'm going through throughout the season, on and off the field. So.
Sure. And last but not least, of course, Tyson Chadwick, your coach, had some pretty high praise for you a minute ago. He said you had a tremendous upside. What is it about you as a player that you can bring to the table to help this team win a championship?
Well, first and foremost, size, but
that helps, right?
That's just the God-given talent of mine. And but I'm very well coached. Obviously, I always call back to what my coach has told me in the past. Same goes to all of these other guys. We are all we have the best coaching. So what we can bring to the table is as much as our coach has given to us, and that's everything.
Yeah, sure. And Coach Grenier, back to you. Obviously, the Masters Academy, and as we've seen, they have some rings, right? Some recent success. What is it about this group that you think might be able to mimic that success?
Yeah, I think that this group is some of the smartest football players that I've coached, and some work ethic and some heart. There's going to be some games we're going to have to play really hard. We're going to play really well to win this year, but that's like anything. You know what I mean? And I love these guys, and honestly, if it's God's will for it to be done, for us to be successful and be victorious, it will.
There you go.
But we're going to honor him regardless.
Sure. I'm going to go down the list, or go down the line here. Just each one of you, and we'll start with you. Just give me a goal that you have for yourself for this season.
A goal for this season, I would like to be able to win in the state championship as well with all of my boys.
Yep.
Just finish out the senior year strong and have something to remember myself by.
Okay.
For me, one of my goals this year is to be able to bring up the guys who are playing behind me at tight end. There's two guys who really they can play well and stuff, but they need a little coaching. And I think that my goal for this year is to bring up those guys to be able to take my spot when I'm gone next year, and I really want to pour into those two guys this year.
That's a great answer. Braden?
My goal next year is to have a great senior year and hopefully break some of those passing records at the school and get the ball in the end zone.
I like it. Zach?
Well, obviously the main goal is to get to the state championship, but one of my goals is to be a better leader to the younger group and help myself become a better leader leading into senior year.
Sure. Tyson?
My goal this year is to really just put in a ton of work, get the grind in, and just put up some good highlight film, but also set an example for the next generation of linemen at our school. As the offensive line captain, that's really important to me to make sure that everyone's doing everything right. And we work as us 5 men up front. We're a unit, so we have to work as one. So.
Yeah, that's important. Guys, we want to wish you the very best of luck. We appreciate you coming out, and Coach, I'll compliment this in that, I can tell by their answers they have a lot of faith and trust in you, and I think it's likewise. So congratulations on that for sure.
Thank you.
That was head coach Bailey Grenier, Braden Bell, Luke Boyven, Zach Kelly, Tyson Chadwick, and Zach Weaver. They are the Eagles from the Masters Academy. Much more to come here on VSN Daytona for Media Days 2022. We'll be right back on the Varsity Sports Network. Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
To get your tickets on S2 Pass, download the app on Google Play or the App Store. Then open the app. You then select your state, search your school, and click Events. And then you can locate the event that you're looking to attend. Select your event. From there you can see the time, location, and any other details the school is looking to communicate, as well as the weather. Then you select Purchase Tickets, add the quantity of tickets that you would like to purchase. Then you select Checkout, fill out your email address, and add your payment method. Click Pay, and you will have a QR code produced to present at the gate to the staff member to then scan or manually verify. And there you have it. You're ready to enjoy the game.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network's 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days here at Elevate in Sanford, Florida. I'm Bobby Allen. Thanks so much for tuning in. We've had a wonderful day so far, and it keeps getting better. Next up is the Lions of Oviedo. We have head coach Greg Odierno, second year. We have DJ Scott, Owen Proth, Ethan Manning, Noel Keller, Ty Hilton, Omari Wyatt, and Owen Acock. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, we'll start with you. A lot of pride with Oviedo and their football history. In your second year, how have you been able to apply what you've learned over the course of your career to carry on that tradition?
Absolutely. Oviedo is a benchmark school for Central Florida. A ton of great talent has come through and always have an impressive record. So when I took the job over last year, my goal was to try to take all the greatness from the past and apply it to my philosophy and to have it grow and to be something special.
Sure.
Last year, year one, we were 6-4 and definitely want to raise the standard this year moving forward.
Sure. With this group that you've got coming in for this season, how is your team balanced in terms of age, and how does that affect what you're going to do in the 2022 season?
We are definitely senior heavy. We have 31 seniors this year. This is one of the better classes I've ever seen in all my years of coaching. They started as freshmen undefeated, only team in Oviedo football history to go undefeated. And so last year we were junior heavy, this year we're senior heavy, and I think it's going to bode well for our record.
Yeah, that's got to give you a lot of confidence moving forward, right?
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
it's not just on the offensive side, it's across the whole team. So
Sure.
a lot of experience and a lot of great players.
Yeah. All right, let's talk to some of the guys real quick, then we'll come back to Coach for a little more here later. Starting out with Noel Keller, senior. All right, you're the upperclassman now. You're the one that people look to kind of lead the program and lead the Lions. How has that affected you so far, and what have you been able to do to lead your team?
With such a heavy senior class, it's not. We have a lot of leaders on our team, so it balances out well. But we have a lot of underclassmen coming up, so it's definitely gonna be good for them because they'll see what we do and they'll be able to carry it out for the next couple of years, and it'll just pass on through. So I think we have a bright future at Oviedo.
Sure. Owen Proth, senior. Owen, what have you seen through the spring and summer out of this group that gives you confidence moving into the new season?
Last year was our first year in this defense and offense, and I just feel like we've all looked a lot more comfortable in our defense and offense, and we just look like we're used to what we're running and a lot more comfortable.
Sure. Yeah, that's super important. Ethan Manning, another senior offensive lineman. Talk about your line this year. What do you look forward to, and what do you have to bring to the table?
I mean, I think our line's going to be really good this year. We got 4 returning starters. I mean, everyone's been experienced in varsity games. They're all very strong, very big, and I think we're really going to be able to clear a path for DJ to run all over everybody.
Both sides, you think?
Yes, sir.
Both sides?
Yes,
Good
sir.
deal. Right on. Ty Hilton, junior. Also a protector up front. Talk about what you've been able to accomplish and maybe a goal that you've had for yourself as we've come through spring and then through the summer.
A lot of technical work. Yeah, definitely. Just me growing as a player and a person. Definitely about to shape my future.
Yeah, absolutely important. Now we'll move to Owen Acock. Owen, talk about what you've seen out of your group, and maybe in particularly this group that you have here today, that you can use this as an opportunity to help your team when you take it back to Oviedo.
I've definitely seen all the lower classmen follow our lead, so it's easy. We set a good example for them.
Sure. Now let's go to DJ Scott. How you doing, DJ?
I'm doing good.
Good. Senior running back.
Yes, sir.
Give me a goal that you maybe set out for yourself from last season, and now that you know something you think is very realistic as we almost approach the start of the season.
Yeah, I just gotta. Oh, my bad. Just get a 2,000-yard rushing season, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
And we talked to some of the linemen, and with that goal, you got to be confident in those guys, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's really good. And finally, we got Omari Wyatt. How you doing, Omari? All right. Omari, give me something that you think that is a goal for either yourself and or your team as we get ready to start this new year.
My goal this year is to put more onto the field that I can. Last year, I don't think I really showed what I could really do. This year, I'm really going to have to prove myself to everybody on what I can do.
Yeah, love it. All right, Coach, you know, reclassification was a big deal. How did it affect the Lions and maybe your schedule, and is there a game that you've maybe circled, you know, be it a rival, and I know who the big one is, but is there a game based on that new schedule realignment that you've kind of circled as a measuring stick for this team for this year?
Absolutely. So reclassification, it helped us really. Last year we were in a district with Lake Mary, Seminole, Flagler, Palm Coast, and DeLand. And this year now we have shifted to 3M. So we're with Winter Springs, Lyman, Lake Howell, East River, and ourselves. So the competition has shifted a little bit. But as far as what we're looking forward to this season, we start with Lake Brantley. That's week 1 at home. They were a playoff team a year ago. We beat them in the Fall Classic. But it's definitely they're a tough physical team, and that's somebody we want to measure ourselves against because if we could play against them, we could play against anybody.
And finally, did you know, from a coaching perspective, you know, going through spring and summer, it's grueling. You know, I know how it is. It's a grind.
Yeah.
Did you meet the goals, or did the team meet the goals that you kind of set out for them to accomplish?
Absolutely. I try to have as many goals, long-term, short-term, as possible with the players. First, when it came to lifting, we put heavy loads on these guys, their bodies. We wanted to push them as far as we can. Going into the spring, we had 0 kids who could squat 400 pounds. Now we have 16. And so we really got after it in the weight room in the spring, implemented some new schemes on both offensive and defensive side of the ball. We're able to play Olympia and Boone in the spring game, and to beat both of those teams really gave us the confidence we needed this summer. And then this summer, the 7-on-7 circuit, we finished top 4 at UCF and at USF, and we're not really a passing team. We have 2 great running backs in DJ and Amari, so we're going to run the ball. But for us to be able to play great pass defense and also be able to throw the ball in those 2 tournaments, I think it showed our diversity. And really, I think we're one of the better teams in the area, and now it's just time for us to prove it.
Sure. And you all, with that, you know, that weightlifting number 0 to 16, you all had to feel that, like literally, physically, as you played this spring and summer, right? Did you feel better, stronger, different? Yeah. That's pretty incredible, Coach.
Yeah. And I think we're not done yet. You know, I think these guys, once they got a taste of that success in the weight room, it's only skyrocketed us since then. So I'm really looking forward to this season.
Yeah, and that's just another aspect of, you know, second year building that culture and that program. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we want to wish you the very best of luck, Coach Greg Odierno, DJ Scott, Owen Proth, Ian Manning, Noel Keller, Ty Hilton, Omari Wyatt, and Owen Aycock. Thank you so much, guys, and best of luck.
Thank you for having us.
All right, those are the Oviedo Lions, back with more here on the 2022 VSN Daytona Channel Media Days. You're watching the Varsity Sports Network. you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA. And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Elevate in Sanford, Florida for the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days. We've had a great day so far, and everything just keeps rolling on. Right now, we are proud to welcome the Panthers of Eustis. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we have defensive coordinator Carlin Bryant, wide receiver Tyree Patterson, linebacker Nick Chandler, running back and offensive lineman Javon Gary, wide receiver defensive back LaShawn Williams, and also senior Malachi Wright. We'll start with you. Coach, talk a little bit about, let's jump right into it, the reclassification and the realignment and how that affected Eustis and what you're looking forward to as we get into the heart of the season here right around the corner.
The realignment changed up our district, but the teams that are in the district should be competitive. It's basically win or lose. We're trying to win the district. If we don't win the district, it's like a letdown of a season. That's like our standard right now.
Sure,
so
sure.
Definitely. The realignment I feel like it helps us a little bit because one of the travel makes it easier, and also we should just basically be able to dominate our district.
Sure. And as far as going into this season, whether you want to talk on the defensive side of the ball or for the whole team's perspective, what is it about this group that you can take a 7-3 season and improve on it and win the district and do those things that you've set goals for?
I think we have a little better camaraderie this year. We have a few people coming in, but we're meshing very well. Defensive side of the ball, we're changing things a little bit, but we have a standard that is set, and we're going to meet those standards.
Sure.
Offense, we're going to put up points. It's never been a problem, especially the last 2 or 3 years. We're used to putting up points. It's just make sure we stop people, and we're definitely going to do that this year. So
sure, absolutely. Let's talk some of the players, and we're going to get things started with wide receiver Tyree Patterson. Thanks for being here, first of all, and congratulations on the news of the commitment to Florida.
Thank you.
Talk about what you can, how you came to that decision, and why the Gators were the right fit for you.
Growing up, I was a Gator fan. So, after I took my first visit there, it just felt like home. And my parents, they loved it. So, me and my uncle, we all made that decision, see where I wanted to go and all that. It was really just like my relationship with the coaches and everything, and like the whole staff, the whole environment there. They all treated me like family. So I took that to a part of my decision to commit in there.
I've heard people say that when they get to a certain school, they just know. Yeah. They just have that feeling that's it. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, it felt like that for me.
Yeah, that's what they say. Malachi Wright, senior, one of the leaders on this team, obviously. What do you like about this group that you have this year that you think you all can make some noise?
I feel like we have a lot of chemistry in this team. This team right here that we have, we've been with each other for around 3-4 years now, depending on your grade and whatnot. So it's just a lot of chemistry, a lot of intensity that we bring in practices, a lot of competing that we have been doing so far, back-to-back. And it's going to be a good season. It's going to be one for the books for sure. And we have surrounded by great coaches, great defensive staffs, great minds. And I just really like how the season's going to go. I feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, wide receiver defensive back LaShawn Williams, also a senior. LaShawn, talk about maybe a goal that you set coming out of last season that something you wanted to improve on, and maybe you think now that you could really make an impact on this year's team.
I feel like with us working hard every day in the weight room and everything else, I feel like we're really going to have a great season. And just all us coming together as one, we're going to be good.
Sure, sure, absolutely.
It's going to be good.
Let's move to linebacker Nick Chandler, Jr. Nick, let's talk about the defense a little bit this year. What do you like about your defensive unit?
My defense, I like the intensity that we have, our linebacker core, everybody that we have put in place, using everything, all of their skills to the maximum of their abilities, in order to create really just a defense that not just is in the game, but makes changes of the game, makes the offense change their schemes in order to fit around what our defense is doing. Our defense that disrupts the plays, and just controls the football game.
Yeah, absolutely. And your defensive coordinator here mentioned that in years past it hadn't been an issue so much at scoring points, it's been holding opponents. Do you think you're in a place this year to do just that?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Yeah, I like it. Now running back, outside linebacker, Javon Gary, senior, another leader on this program. Again, I'll ask you the same question from your position at defensive back. First of all, let me ask you this. Which side of the ball do you like better, or do you have a preference?
Running back, definitely.
Running
offense.
back?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go offense then. Is there any doubt that you all will continue to be able to score points on your opponent this year?
No, there's no doubt. I feel like we have pieces all around the board, whether it's our passing game or our running game, because there's also another running back we have that's a complete stud. And nobody's going to want to tackle him. So I just feel like, we're going to be successful throughout the whole season and then the playoffs.
Sure. And what does it mean to you playing with a guy like Tyree who has received accolades and been noticed by some big programs? How much confidence does that give you all?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of confidence. Yeah, we see how hard he works. We see what it's done, how his results has, shown. So we're just ready.
Absolutely.
We're just ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, it sounds like these guys are dialed in, and it was awesome to watch. Every time one of you all would say something about maybe commitment or hard work, everybody nodded their head, right? And that's really nice to see. And I'm sure that gives you a lot of confidence knowing that, you can trust these guys.
Oh, yes. I mean, that's the key thing. If I can tell them one thing, but they're the ones that have to play on the field. So if I can trust and they can trust me on both sides, then we're going to be successful.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the key.
Decision makers on the field.
Yep.
Yeah,
we're going to make good
absolutely.
choices. We're going to trust each other. And we're going to work hard. So.
Real quick, give me a couple of goals that you have for the program.
First and foremost, win the district.
Sure.
Win the district, get in the playoffs, see how far we can go. But the first thing is definitely win the district.
One step at a
And to do
time.
that, we have to show up every day, work hard, keep getting better.
Yeah.
We talk about all the time, don't make the same mistakes. We got to keep learning, keep pushing forward. So.
Yeah. Sounds to me like the Panthers are ready, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, love it. The Eustis Panthers, ladies and gentlemen. Carlin Bryant, defensive coordinator. Tyree Patterson, Nick Chandler, Javon Gary, LaShawn Williams, Malachi Wright. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. Best of luck to you this season, okay?
Thank you.
All right, stick around. Much more to come here from Elevate and Sanford on the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days right here on the Varsity Sports Network. Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
The best part of my job is helping people realize not only their dreams, but also their potential. My name is Dan LaForest, and I am a wealth advisor with Security Financial Management. No matter how good you may be at a skill, it's always important to have a coach to help you refine those skills and game plan for the next challenge. Helping clients realize the process will give them the confidence of knowing that we have taken the appropriate steps to protect themselves and their families.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
The Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network.
To get your tickets on S2 Pass, download the app on Google Play or the App Store. Then open the app. You then select your state, search your school, and click Events. And then you can locate the event that you're looking to attend. Select your event. From there you can see the time, location, and any other details the school is looking to communicate, as well as the weather. Then you select Purchase Tickets, add the quantity of tickets that you would like to purchase. Then you select Checkout, fill out your email address, and add your payment method. Click Pay, and you will have a QR code produced to present at the gate to the staff member to then scan or manually verify. And there you have it. You're ready to enjoy the game.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Welcome back here to Varsity Sports Network Media Days, live from Elevate here in Sanford, Florida. Up next are the new Smyrna Beach Barracudas, and joining me today is head coach of the Barracudas, John Wilkinson. Coach, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having us here today.
All right, so we'll get right into it. Last year, a really strong season, 7-3, competed in 6A, District 6. Taking a look at the schedule, fantastic defense. What's up with this season, and what can we expect perhaps from the Barracudas with all the new district realignments?
We're looking forward to the season. Obviously, we've changed our district. We're going to be in with DeLand University and Spruce Creek, all Volusia County teams. It's tough because they're 3 of the top 5 from last year in our county. But we do get out of Jones and Lake Mineola, who are really, really tough teams. So we're looking forward to it, the challenge, and feel like that we've got the players to compete.
Coach, this is your 4th year at fifth year?
Yes, sir.
New Smyrna Beach. Fantastic defense you had last year. Is that defense going to be even stronger? I'm seeing a lot of shutouts, and I'm seeing nodding heads over. I'm seeing a lot of single digits defensive games. Yeah. What is the defense looking like this year?
We did well on defense. We did graduate our leading tackler, who's been our leading tackler for 3 years. He's a big hole to fill, but I think Braden's going to move over in his spot and take over for him. We believe in defense. All my years as being a coach, I'm a defensive first, special teams, and so we kind of put our best players over there for the most part, and feel like if they can't score, we can't lose, and that's kind of our philosophy.
Coach, I see some of the guys are nodding early. Why don't you introduce some of them to us?
Next to me is Malachi Hudson. He's been a 3-year starter for us as a running back in a slot. Next to him is Braden Sullivan, who's been a 2-year starter for us at linebacker. Next to him is Caden Baker, a 2-year starter for us as an outside backer, defensive end. And then on the end is Javante Hayward, who's been a 3-year starter for us as a slot. All 4 of these are our 4 team captains, as voted on by their peers, and great leaders and great young men.
All right, so we'll go right into it. Malachi, you played running back last season.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what does the offense look like this year? What can we expect, and what are some of your own goals in this upcoming season?
We expect a good year. I hope we do good. A lot of our captains graduated in. Like he said, he was our leading tackler, so it's going to be a big hole to fill, but I think we're going to be straight. And my goals is it's my last season of high school football, so I want to make it and do it as best as I can before I go all out and see how many offers I can pick up as I go.
Fantastic. And then we'll go right down the line to Braden.
Yes, sir.
Braden, your linebacker. We talked about that defense earlier. What have you done to make that defense stronger? I'm looking, maybe gave up 12 points a game last year. That's a very strong number. What have you done this offseason to get even better?
Well, Coach, or Sir, I've been doing a bunch of training with my defensive coordinator, waking up at 6 a.m., getting to the school at 7, doing a bunch of training before school, hitting the gym, track work, all that good stuff. Just preparing for this season. This is a very important season for me. Planning on picking up some offers as well, but yeah.
Fantastic. And then we'll keep moving over to Caden. You're on defense as well, but you're also a captain.
Yes, sir.
What have some of the things you've done as a leader on this team this year to make it even better, and what have you done during the offseason so these younger guys can listen and follow your lead?
I know these younger guys look up to me, and I'm glad to say that. And we all been going to summer workouts, putting in the work. We've been hitting the gym after workouts, trying to do everything we can. Like my coach was saying, we only have 4 days left, and it's the start and end of our senior season, and that just sucks. I'm just trying to get these younger kids on the right track because I know some of them have a lot of great potential. So I'm just trying to make sure we all get out of here and go to college and just work.
Fantastic.
I just want the best for all my team and everybody around me.
And then do you have any own maybe personal goals this season on defense you'd like to do?
Yes, I'm at a new position. Well, not new position, but a new addition. So I'm going to try to get 10 sacks. I had 9 last year. I'm going to try to get as much as I can. And make plays for my team, set people up to do the right jobs. And I just want everybody to do their job so we can get a really good season in.
Love it. And then finally, last but not least, Javante, you're another running back. This season you're playing some teams that you're used to playing, but now they're for more meaningful games. You're seeing some new faces. How excited are you to be playing in a new district? And same thing, you have any big goals that you want to do or maybe team goals?
I'm very excited to play in a new district. I like the new competition that we're going to have to face, and I think that all of us as a team, we're all ready to face that, come together and overcome that, and have another winning season like how we've been having. And as for goals for me, I feel like I want to make my last senior year as memorable as possible for me and for my family. So I'm saying like 11 touchdowns at least.
Fantastic. And then, Coach, you have a different kind of schedule this year. Are there any teams, this can be for anyone, but for you, Coach, is there any team on the schedule that you guys have circled and said, this is our game, this is our biggest one of the year?
Well, I think with our guys really like playing Spruce Creek. I mean, that's kind of the rival. And to me, I think all 10 of them are important just because, you know, with the way the RPI and all that's working, you know, we want to get in the playoffs and have an opportunity to compete. And so, to me, all 10 of them are important, and, yeah, we need to win all of them.
I love it. And then you guys all said Spruce Creek. Is that going to be the biggest game, perhaps maybe even for a district title?
Yes,
absolutely.
I'd say so.
Absolutely.
One of them.
Absolutely. You know, I haven't played Creek. I want to play them. You know what I mean? They get there. Got to.
So, Coach, we're looking here. You guys, you had 18 players graduate. How have you been able to kind of, I will say, revamp or fill in that roster this offseason, whether it was spring ball, summer ball, or team camps going into the fall?
18 guys that came in when my first year, so it was kind of a special group that, you know, have kind of been, but these guys have taken the baton from them and they moved on, and we've got a bunch of younger kids that are going to fill in spots, and, you know, we're just like anybody else. You have to replace people. And I feel like that we've got the most kids we've ever had out since I've been there.
Fantastic.
And I feel like we're going to have a lot more competition, which competition, you know, is going to breed success. And I think that, you know, we're headed in the right direction.
Wonderful. Anyone have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say? Say hi to anyone? Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to all my teammates, especially right here. I want to give a shout out to all of our returning starters too, like Marquis Peterson, Markel, Karan, Bryant Saravo, everybody right here, Malachi Hudson, Braden, JV. I don't know. I just want to be great. That's what I want to say. We all want to be great.
We love it. Coach, you have any final remarks before we
Kuda gang for life.
Kuda gang for sure. Just thank you all for having us out here. This is a great event, and we appreciate you taking time to do this for high school football.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. That was the new Smyrna Beach Barracudas, 6-3 last season. Looking for another big one this year, especially on that defensive side of the football. We'll take another quick break here from Elevate and Sanford on the Varsity Sports Network Media Days.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Yeah, the vertical race process was great. You know, the feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no-pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us, and obviously it paid off. Raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000. Number one campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical race program.
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Elevate in Sanford, Florida. I'm Bobby Allen. Thanks for tuning in to the 2022 VSN Daytona Media Days. We've had a great day, and it continues with the Patriots of Lake Brantley. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
We have head coach Skip Clayton. We have Braxton Woodson, Andrew Harris, Michael Harris, David Lee, and Walter Balcom. Start with you, Coach. Thanks for being here. And
you guys having us out. This is
absolutely,
pretty awesome.
We're happy to have you. You've been with the program a long time. You are a staple in the Lake Brantley community. This is your first year as head coach. Have things changed for you?
Not really. My father was head coach of Brantley for 20 years.
Yep.
I was a ball boy before I was a player. I'm a graduate of the school, so Lake Brantley's home.
Yep.
It's the only place I could ever see myself being the coach. That's why I've been there for as long as I have, and
sure.
Excited to be taking over, continuing, adding to the program and tradition of Lake Brantley.
Absolutely. Last year 6-5. Obviously, things changed this year a little bit, at least a little bit for everybody with the reclassification. How has it affected the Patriots and your schedule?
Schedule-wise, it didn't affect us a whole lot. The addition of Seminole and Lake Mary to our district, they were already on our schedule as rivalry games anyway. The big change is, our district is tough. It's 4 returning state playoff teams in one district. So we got a challenge to be successful, but we're going to go do what we do, and it's not a big change for us as far as the level of competition. And we think we can go out there and compete. We got great football players. We're going to be the older guys leading us. We're going to have some young guys stepping up that we're going to ask to do a lot for us. But I'm looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be a special one for us.
How does your team makeup look as far as upperclassmen, underclassmen?
We're like the perfect mix of half and half. We have,
That's good.
Half older experience, and then we're going to be looking to quite a few 10th graders to step up and kind of play ahead of their experience and ahead of their years.
Sure.
So we're not returning everybody, but we're returning key positions. We have a quarterback coming back. That's always huge for us in what we do.
Absolutely.
Having Braxton back for another year is a huge deal for us. Our defense has a solid returning core. Again, new staff. We have had some turnover, new defense coordinator, so our system's changing some. So there's some growth there to be had, but I think we're going to be really effective in what we do. We got great players in our returning, and those young guys that we have are very committed, and I think we're going to have some guys really show up and stand out as great players.
Sure.
So.
Let's go to the quarterback, Braxton Woodson, senior. Braxton, how has this transition of a coaching staff affected the team this year as you've moved through the spring and summer?
It's affected us a whole bunch. Coaches brought in a lot of new training, a lot of new protein workouts and stuff like that. So it's really helped us a lot, brought us closer together as a team. So I feel like we're really prepared going into this season.
Schematically, as far as your offense goes, big changes?
I would say we're sticking true to our colors. I mean, we have changed it up a little bit, added some stuff here and there to cater towards what we have and what we plan on doing for the season. But I say we're sticking true to our colors.
Yeah. Let's go to Walter Balcom, defensive end. As a defensive player, he mentioned a new defensive coordinator coming in. What do you see out of your defense as how you can take a 6-5 record and improve on it?
Well, last year, we ended off pretty good, and the change of defensive coordinators, it's not a big deal because regardless, we're going to go out and ball. So, as a defense, we're all just strong. We know each other. We're confident. We got it.
Yeah, confidence is huge. Yeah, absolutely. How about offensive lineman David Lee? How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, let's talk about the trenches. Where does Lake Brantley stack up in the trenches this coming season?
I think our offensive line can compete with anyone in our district or anyone in the state right now. We're going out there and smashing heads, and we can compete with anyone.
Yeah, and I saw Braxton shaking his head yes, and I'm sure that you got a smile on your face because when you hear that, it's got to give you confidence, right?
Most definitely.
Especially when the linemen have that much confidence in what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, very good. Let's go to Michael Harris, linebacker, athlete. Man, that athlete, every time I see that, I just think a guy that coach just says, hey, go do this or go do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do you like that responsibility?
Man,
I like having that responsibility, honestly, because like I'll tell you this, competition. I love competition. Every day is competition for me. I'm always competing against my brother. So you know what I'm saying? I love the competition. So when someone call me an athlete and stuff, I'm like, nah, I'm a beast. I call myself a beast. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
We need to change that on the roster then. Just put beast. All right, finally we have linebacker and also athlete Andrew Harris, another senior. Andrew, talk about your impact on this team and what you're going to bring to the table to make this team unbeatable.
Oh, my impact on this team? I think my impact is pretty big, because, like, I don't know how to explain it. As, I got to do what I got to do on the field. Everybody got a job to do. We all do our part. That's how we win most of our games. My impact is, pushing the other guys to do better, even the youngins. And, I think as a person, as a player, I think me, Michael, Braxton, and Walter, and us four up here making a big impact. Not only me, because you got a lot of players on the team that's really stepping up to the next level.
Sure.
And really going somewhere. So when you say I impact, I actually impact everyone, and also as D guys. So yeah.
I love it. We'll keep it with you. Andrew, just give me a goal you have for this season.
A goal? Oh, okay. I got me a personal goal? No, he said Andrew. Okay, so you said a personal goal or a team goal?
Team goal.
Okay, so a team goal I have right now is, I think, like, I want to go undefeated. Go, like, push it up to, like, go to states. Bring our last year to the next level. Like, I want to win us a championship, take back to the school, and have a ring on our fingers. Yep. I think that's I think that's all of our goals.
Sure.
Because as a team, we want to ride to the end. So I think that's one of our best things. That's my goals are.
Michael, give me an individual goal for you.
Individual goal?
Yeah.
It's to leave a legacy at Lake Brantley and to be the best linebacker in the nation and the best linebacker coming out of Lake Brantley. And I want to, at least by the end of this season, have 20 sacks. Because I know I'm going to get 20 sacks. And, and that's for me, an individual. Just be the best linebacker in the nation. Nobody outwork me.
Yeah. Love it.
And for the team, as a team, add that in for the team, I want to go ahead, beat Lake Mary. Go ahead, change people's mindset in that Lake Brantley 8. You know what I'm saying? We the best out there. Go against Seminole, compete against them, and definitely just try to make a run to the champion, make a run to go play in the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
I have one more question.
Sure.
He said 20 sacks. I want to also say 30 or 40 because I'm just going to keep going better and better at it every day. All right. You know what? More than him, all right? Whatever he says, I'm getting more attacks than him, all right?
All right, David, give me one way that you have improved as a player from last year to this year.
From last year to this year, our new workout program, I think I'm feeling stronger as a player, and that's going to help getting off the ball faster and hitting that person right in the head and not letting anyone touch my QB.
There you go. All right, with that said, Braxton, give me something that you have set a goal for yourself in.
As a goal for myself, to get all conference, all district, all state as a quarterback. I want to go out there and prove to everyone that I am a quarterback and that I can throw the ball also and run the ball.
Sure.
So,
that's absolutely important. And Walter, you a goal that you've maybe set for yourself for this season?
Really, as a team, my goal is positive we get real far in the playoffs, possibly states. And then a goal for myself, I want to get 10 sacks, and then also I want to get probably like 50 tackles or something like that.
Love it.
So, yeah.
Love it. Skip, you have to love the confidence that these guys show coming here representing Lake Brantley.
I can't be more excited about my senior group of guys. New coach. I'm not new to the program, but new coach taking over, instituting new things, some cultural changes. And, that can be difficult for a coach at times, trying to get, especially with the older guys who are set in their ways and have done things a certain way. Our success this season is going to come because these older guys, these guys here and all my other seniors have fully bought into everything we've asked. They've, given up more time.
Sure.
They've given up a lot of sleep because we're doing things early in the morning. And they are, fully bought in, and all of our success is going to start with them. And these guys are the ones that are going to start and continue the tradition that we've had, but hopefully take it to the next level and really push us above, that barrier.
Yeah.
We want to get out of the first round of playoffs and
Absolutely.
and really make a run next year and bring back some of the stuff that Brantley's done in the past. We put together some special seasons historically, and these are the type of kids that have been in our program when we've done it.
Yeah.
So we're excited about this season. The confidence is real because we got special kids, and I hope it turns out that way on the field for us.
Yeah. I've enjoyed talking to you all because you have a great mix of fun and seriousness, and that's a big part of it. So we want to wish you the very best of luck. If today is any indication on how you all will do this year, people better keep an eye on Lake Brantley.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Head coach Skip Clayton, Braxton Woodson, Andrew Harris, Michael Harris, David Leet, and Walter Balcom, the Patriots of Lake Brantley. Thank you guys so much, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Stick around. Much more to come here on the 2022 VSN Daytona Channel Media Days, right here on the Varsity Sports Network. The Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Welcome back here to Varsity Sports Network here at Elevate in Sanford, Florida for the Varsity.
Oh, it's kind of hard to hear him.
Back here at the Varsity Sports Network Media Days here in Sanford, Florida at Elevate. Next up, we are joined with the Seminoles, the Noles of Sanford, Florida, joined with third-year head coach Eric Lodge. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Thank you for coming out. So, ever since you've been at Seminole and ever since Coach Stark was there, Seminole and the word state champion has kind of come together as one. How have you been able to keep that momentum up and that success?
You know, every year, that's the goal, and it's been like that since the first year being at Seminole. We always, we seem to have the talent to do it, or we're aspiring to get there. So, I think for us, it's getting the guys to understand that every group of kids every single year is a different group, and it's hard to stand on the success of the guys that came before you. So every year we just try to say, hey, you're trying to make this year your year, and get it done for yourselves.
And then, of course, this upcoming season, new district, you've got a lot of rivals in there. You've got, of course, Lake Mary in there. But how are you preparing yourselves for this new district realignment? Kind of new competition everywhere.
It doesn't really matter to us who's in the district. When we approach district games, they're playoff games. So we're going to go in every single district opponent, give them the best we can, and like I said, approach that like a playoff game.
And then, you graduated 24 players. How have you been able to kind of transition into a new team pretty much this offseason in the spring?
Every single year, it's not only practicing with the guys that you have, but it's guys that are coming up. So we put a big emphasis in player development and getting next year's team ready this year. And we've done a really good job of that over 6 years. I think that's why we're in the hunt every single year. And we have a good group of guys that have come in, and they've had good examples in front of them, so they know how to get the job done.
Fantastic. Coach, you mind introducing some of your players to us?
All right, so to my right, we got Luke Rucker, quarterback for the team. We got Darren Goldie Lawrence, receiver. We got Josiah Chenault, offensive lineman. We got TJ Williams, running back, and Stephon Mango, offensive lineman.
All right, so I'll go right to it. Luke, you seem to always be in the news around this area. Congrats, by the way, on your FAU commitment.
Thank you.
So this is your third year at Seminole?
Second year.
Second year. So second year in your senior year.
Yes, sir.
So how have you now this is your second year, you've been in the system long enough. What are you going to do this year to take it to a whole next level for Seminole and yourself?
So second year is it's like easier being with the team, just knowing my guys more and just having that connection. And going to this year, knowing like the playbook way more rather than just having to like catch along. So just working with my receivers and like having that connection down right away.
Now, I'll go right to your receiver. Goldie, how have you enjoyed playing with Luke the last couple seasons, and what are you expecting from him this year?
Shoot.
What you say?
What do you expect from? Say it one more time.
How have you enjoyed playing with Luke so far, and what are you expecting from him this year and from yourself?
I expect to be the best duo in Central Florida, or the country at that. He put the ball right there where I need it every time.
Love it. And then what's your name? I'm sorry. Josiah, offensive line? So you guys have had pretty big offensive line the last couple years. What are you doing for yourself and for the offensive line to protect your quarterback and be one of the best linemen in the state again?
Say it one more time.
What are you doing to protect your quarterback this season, and what are you guys doing on the offensive line, because you're always so dominant? What are you guys looking for this season on the offensive line?
Really just communicating. Offensive line is really the only group position on the field, so if one person ain't communicating, it all is going to go to crap. So everybody got to be communicating, and for us to be dominant, we just got to fire off the ball and just put people in the dirt.
Love it. And then, sorry, your name again? Tyrone, what position do you play?
Running back.
Running back. All right, so another position that there have been a lot of good players that you've been behind. So what have you learned from some of your running backs who have gone on? I believe Dante's at UMass now. Mm-hmm. So what have you taken from him, and what are you going to apply to this season and be a better player for yourself?
Well, we got
each running back got something different. So, like Wack, you know, he a hard runner and stuff. So, you know, he been teaching us that. Then it's just really getting the younger guys ready for the next season, and hopefully we'll be ready to go. I mean, we've been putting in a lot of work this summer, so we should have a big year coming up.
Love it. And then last but not least, your name and position.
O-line.
O-line?
Yes, sir.
What position?
O-line.
Oh, O-line. What's your name?
Stephon Mango.
Oh, Stephon?
Yes, sir.
All right, so another offensive line question. You guys are always so big, but you're playing a lot of good teams this year. You got DeLand, Lake Mary, Lake Brantley, Osceola, Riverview. What do you guys do to just keep up that consistency for 10 games and then, of course, the playoffs, as you're always expected?
Just staying healthy and finishing blocks. Yes, sir.
And then, so this could be for anyone. What do you guys, is there a schedule? I mean, is there a team on the schedule this year that
Oh, no. Not at all.
Perfect. Is it 1 week at a time? 1 week at, so what can we expect from week one then?
A win.
A win?
Nation.
Play 100%?
Blowout.
A lot of points. A lot of points.
And then, Coach, so what have you learned from this team during the offseason? I'm sure you guys have finished your camps, and now you guys are getting ready to play, of course, your fall opener.
You know, we ask a lot of these guys every single year, and this group has done a good job showing up and working really hard and doing the things that we ask them to do. You know, really, their destiny is in their own hands. And if we can continue doing the things that we did in the offseason, during the regular season and into the playoffs, you know, we'll be right where we want to be at the end.
Fantastic. Hey, guys, where do you guys put yourself on, I guess, around Florida? Where do you guys see yourselves? But is it, I feel like, because I mean, I've been around Orlando. I've lived here my whole life, and I know Seminole the last couple of years. This can be for you too, Coach. Is it championship or bust every season? Is that the expectation that you have implemented into these guys?
Yeah, you know, like I said earlier, you know, our goal going into every single year is to win a state championship. You know, when you have those expectations and, you know, the bar is set that high, you know, you're kind of in a position where, hey, if you don't win, you're disappointed.
Absolutely.
But to be honest, we look at that, we think of that as a privilege. You know, there's a lot of people that want to be in the position that we're in and to be able to compete every year, you know, so we really just want to be privileged and, you know, be happy that we're in that position we
Absolutely.
are, and just work every single day and try to get there.
Guys, any last thoughts? Anyone want to say anything to everyone at home?
All champs this year.
Sounds good.
We winning states
You
this
coming
year.
back next year?
Undefeated.
Undefeated
state champs.
Love it, Coach. Any closing remarks before we wrap it up?
Nope, we're good.
All right, you said everything.
Go Noles.
Coach, I appreciate it. These are the Noles of Seminole. Expect them back in Tallahassee this season. Wouldn't be surprised. We'll take another quick break here on VSN Media Days. Stay tuned.